Afternoon or good morning, wherever you are in the world. Hope you're well. I'm excited for this live today. Very excited. I'm going to talk to you about all the numbers behind the Super Bowl. Pretty much confirmed to anybody now who says that the NFL is not rigged that it is, because I have so much evidence that people need. Okay, so I'm going to have a quick look at the chat. A lot of people here. Well, maybe it's the same people leaving comments, I'm not sure. But this is going to be a fun one, guys. I've got so much here to discuss. So you had Bengals with the points. Congratulations. It was only a 3-point game. That's six out of the last 7 games in this year's NFL playoffs have been decided by 3 points. 6 out of 7. And don't forget that Kobe Bryant, guys, died on 67 date numerology pure. 1 plus 26 plus 20 plus 20 gets you 67. 6 out of the last 7 games in the NFL have been decided by 3 points. Type in the word 3, it gets you 56. And obviously it was Super Bowl 56. We've got so much to discuss, guys. Joe Burrow, the quarterback for the Bengals, he threw for 263 yards, the 56 prime. 22 from 33, double master numbers. It's just a joke, guys. It's just a joke. I'll go through these comments quickly. Did you see the Phoenix Open guy who went to the same high school? Yes, I did. Somebody sent me that. I knew Stafford was playing a big role in this, guys. I knew he was going to play a big role. Everybody, I don't know. Wait a second, my phone's going insane this morning. Seems like everybody was on the Bengals. Tried to warn people. I'm not going to be smug today. I'm not going to be in your face because I know that there were riddles for both. But my gut said the Rams, and I found so much for the Rams that other people didn't see. I just feel like a lot of people in this community, they get tunnel vision. They'll have somebody push the Bengals. You know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to hammer him. I was going to, but I'm not going to. Who are going to hammer the Bengals, tell you why the Bengals. Didn't even really mention anything about the Rams. So, yeah, the Rams winning it did not shock me in the slightest. But in regards to Stafford, guys, Brady won his last ever Super Bowl on Stafford's 33rd birthday. I knew that was huge. I knew how big the 27 was. And the connection with Stafford and Brady, and everyone was just saying, Burrow's going to be the next Brady. He's going to have the same career as Brady. No, he's not. The NFL won't be around in 22 years, like how Brady played for 22 years. It won't happen. You've got to remember as well, Brady retired after 22 seasons, and the Rams last won a Super Bowl 22 years ago. And when you learn how big that number is, that's why Joe Burrow had 22 successful passes. You learn these numbers, you can see it. I went to a Super Bowl party. Hey, Adam, what's the score going to be? I said, it's going to be 2023. I said, what? I said, it's going to be 2023. It's going to happen. There's going to be 43 points. That's the age Brady was when he won his last Super Bowl. Loads of other stuff with the 43. I did a post about how number 7, Ronaldo, spat on number 36, Alanga, in a black shaming ritual. I said that would be connected to the Super Bowl. And what's 7 plus 36? It's 43. They connect everything. They mock us. Okay? 43 is a big number with 14 because 43 is the 14th prime. And the Pope was born on a day leaving 14 days left in the year. And wait until I break down the Kobe Bryant and Pope Francis connections in this Super Bowl. I've been saying more than anybody for over a year that the Pope and Kobe are connected to everything and they'll be the main people connected to this Super Bowl. And wait until I go through the scores. I was coding in play. So a lot of people were getting on the Rams because at one point the Rams were plus 200. It's all a show. I told you Odell Beckham would get a touchdown. Get his 58th career touchdown 58 days after the Pope's birthday. Pope Francis gets you 58 in gematria. Freemasonry gets you 58. He was 85 years old in 58 days, and the Rams franchise is 85 years old. It's all there when you learn this knowledge, guys. I'll go through the comments quickly. Couldn't have scripted it any better. That's what Stafford said against the Bucs. Remember, Brady's last Super Bowl was on 2-7, his last ever game. His team got 27 points. Matt Stafford born on 2-7. Just outrageous, guys. It truly is outrageous. Just undeniably outrageous. Rams won by 3, yeah. I did say one thing I got wrong. I said the Rams, if the Rams win, the Bengals probably won't cover. I didn't think they'd do another 3-point game, but I'm glad they did because it just shows how rigged it is. It really does. And another game where it goes down to the wire, the drama. There wasn't one part of me in the game, which is beautiful, where I was like apprehensive or nervous because I don't bet anymore, guys. I've said this, say whatever you want about that. It's my personal choice. I was laughing. When Odell Beckham got injured, it was a fake injury. It was a fake injury. And then they were like, Stafford might not return. Okay, it was always going to return. Oh, Joe Burrow's gone down. Is that his injured knee? Is that the knee that he seriously injured when he probably didn't even injure it because they bullshit these injuries? And then Burrow comes back in and he threw the game at the end. How can these teams not gain a yard? There was one point early in the game where the Bengals, from 3 plays, couldn't gain a yard. There was 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. And again, speaking to my friends watching this, a lot of them were like, how do you know all of this? I kept saying, this is the score. This is what's happening. They're like, okay. The Bengals, their last possession, what was it? 4th and 1. 4th and 1. Kobe Bryant equals 41. He died at age 41, supposedly. LA equals 41. Okay? Joe Burrow intentionally got sacked 4th and 1. How can you not sneak a yard? Is he not? He got the Heisman. He's an incredible quarterback. He's the next Brady. Brady was wank, guys. Okay? It was a chosen one. Not as good as you think he was. And the word football gets you 43. I'm pretty sure Stafford is now 4-3 in the postseason, like how Brady won the Super Bowl at age 43. It's all there. The work I'm doing, guys, it's taken me 1.5 years to get to this point. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I know everything, because nobody knows everything. I'm not going to say, sign up to my Patreon, you're going to win loads of money. I'm not saying that. I'm saying loads of people got taken in by the Bengals. The mainstream media focused on the Bengals. Zach Hubbard was hammering the Bengals. Mr. Gematria Guru, who really is at this point controlled, because I'm better than him in 1.5 years, but that's the last thing I'll say about him. Everyone on Instagram's raving on about the Bengals. Did you see the Simpsons episode? It didn't even exist, that episode. You got played. And I'm not going to be here like you're an idiot, because last year they would have played me. I would have bet on the Bengals last year. I would have seen the year of the Tiger, the Simpsons episode, Tiger Woods crashing in LA. I said Tiger Woods crashing could be a bad sign for the Tigers, for the Bengals. And then there was all the stuff with, what's his name? Joe Burrow, how he played for the LSU Tigers and how he won that final against the Clemson Tigers. But remember, Odell Beckham played for the Tigers. And Odell Beckham, who wears the number 3 jersey, again, how 6 out of the last 7 games have been decided by 3 points. 3 equals 56. The Bengals are now 0-3 in Super Bowls. A lot of people are saying they're going to be 1-2 because Brady's jersey was 1-2 and all of that. And people are saying at 3-7, that's 12th prime. That means that the Bengals are going to win. During that whole thing, I was like, no, the Rams are winning this. The Rams are winning it. It's all a show. And what they did, they played people. They played the bettors. I would not be shocked if hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people bet on the Bengals when Odell Beckham went out with a fake injury. That's what they do. They manipulate the betting lines with fake injuries. And I bet loads of people got on the Bengals. They got overexcited. And when they went up, I was like, they're not winning this game. They're not winning this game. 2023, like 2-2-3, the 48th prime, and the game ends at LA Rams 48-yard line. Again, when you see these numbers, wow, there's 43 people in the live. 43, huge number within that Super Bowl. Okay, what else have we got here? Hello. There was so much gematria calculations, but the Ram win was just too perfect. Yeah. Yep. If you did hammer, this is pretty sad. 2 people in my community messaged me and said this. I don't know why they went against me, but they said, because of X, Y, and Z, I hammered the Bengals and I've lost all my money. I need to take a break from gambling. And I bet a lot of people are feeling like that today, just like they did after Gonzaga lost, just after they did when the Lakers went out in the first round. So, guys, if everybody in the community is on one team, question it. Just question it is my advice. If a riddle seems too perfect, like the year of the tiger, it probably is. And I was heavily discussing the number 23. Heavily, again, if you go back and watch my recent videos this week, the work I've put in, guys, I've worked myself to the bone. I'm exhausted. I really want to lay down in my bed right now, but I have to go live to discuss all of this. I discussed how the Rams, Derby County, beat the Tigers, Hull City, and that was probably foreshadowing the Rams winning the Super Bowl. And Derby, 23rd in the league at the time, 23rd. And the Rams are now 2-3 in Super Bowls, like I said they would be. And they scored 23 points. And the last Super Bowl they got to was against the Patriots, and that was on 2-3, the 2nd of March, guys, where they lost 3-13. And I'm pretty sure it was to Brady's Patriots. It was. So again, another Brady connection. It was 3-13. And I was decoding in play. The score was 3-13 at one point. When did Pope Francis become the Pope? 3-13. 3-13 or 13-3. When you type in football, it gets you 1-3-3. That happened. And if you're on my Twitter, I don't have many people on Twitter. I don't really use it that often. If you're on my Twitter, you'll see that I saw the score was 2016. And that's when Kobe retired. That's when the St. Louis Rams moved to Los Angeles, 2016. Huge year, 2016. Remember, 6 times 6 times 6 gets you 216. Kobe's highest scoring game, his 666 game. But when it was 2016, I knew it was Kobe. So then the Rams have the ball, or the Bengals have the ball. I can't remember what order it was. They were 4th and 13. Kobe retired 4-13, 2016. So the Rams were 4-13. Then right after, the Bengals were 4-13, or vice versa. When the score was 2016 and he retired 4-13, 2016, you're going to tell me Kobe wasn't connected to this? He was. If he did die, if he did get taken out, which I don't think he did, the character, I think that was the lamb being slaughtered. People said that the lamb would get slaughtered. It's all biblical. And I think maybe the sacrifice was already made with Kobe, the character, for LA to win. The fact that he retired 2016, that's when the Rams moved to Los Angeles. Loads of stuff happened in 2016. So many things happened in that year. So, again, just undeniable work, which I talk about. I'm not claiming that I'm going to get everything right. Nobody will. If there was someone in this community who was right every day, we would all be following them. But this is way more. I want to bring down these sports. I didn't watch the halftime show. I was at a friend's house, really good guy, and I went on his rooftop and we just looked up at the sky. Said, "This is beautiful. What a time to be alive." I didn't want to watch the halftime show. People probably thought, why is he not watching? I don't want to watch 50-year-olds, Dr. Dre, 56, headlining Super Bowl 56. I don't want to watch these clowns, these frauds performing. I had no interest, guys. They told us a Tupac hologram was going to be there. It didn't appear. Tupac gets you 22, like how the Rams won the first Super Bowl in 22 years. That was probably just to get some numbers out there with the 22. Another score, wasn't it 2013 at one point? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it wasn't 2013. It could have been. It could have been 2013, and Pope Francis became the Pope in 2013 on 3/13. And the score at one point was 3/13 in 2013. Let me check my phone. I took some screenshots. This is what I do, guys. I wasn't taking it too seriously. Odell Beckham gets the first touchdown. The guy born with 56 days left in the year gets the first touchdown of Super Bowl 56. I'm going to have to read out. Yeah, it was 2013 at one point. Oh, you can't see my phone. So it was 2013. That's when Francis became the Pope. It was 3/13. That's the date he became it, March the 13th. It was 10/13, like 113, like Kobe Bryant, like he was drafted round 1, pick 13, like he made his debut November the 3rd, 11/3, like the National Basketball Association gets you 113. Like his last ever game was against Utah Jazz. That gets you 113. And his last ever shot was over number 41. And that's supposedly the age he died. Like, come on. It's a joke. I also added up the ages of Snoop and Dre. They were the first two to start rapping in the halftime show. I think Snoop's 50 and Dre's 56. That's 106, like Black Lives Matter, like I Can't Breathe. 102nd NFL season, 102, like slavery, like the N-word. So they have all the black people perform. It's all ritual and it's all disturbing, to be honest with you. Let me tell you a 115. I'm going to make sure I read everybody's comments. I don't want to be smug and just talk, but there's a lot for me to say here. The 115s that I decoded are absolutely insane. So let me quickly go over the 115s. It's absolutely ridiculous. So you've got Odell Beckham, okay? The guy who faked an injury but got the first touchdown. He was born on November the 5th, 11/5, which is a day leaving 56 days left in the year. And 115 is just a massively, massively big number, guys. It's connected to Martin Luther King. 115. Remember, Martin Luther King died on 4/4. The Super Bowl was the 44th day of the year. Both teams were 4th seeds. It's just an absolute joke. Where is my 115? Give me a second. I think I put it on Twitter. Here's 115s. Martin Luther King was born 115. 115. JFK, who I talk about a lot in my decodes, he died on 115 date numerology, guys. He died 11/22/1963. Add up all those numbers, and it gets you 115. So here's the 115s. I found them. So Tom Brady, who I said was heavily connected to this, and I'll go into detail about it, he retired 1 month and 15 days after Pope Francis's recent birthday. Rams won the Super Bowl 22 years ago. Remember that Brady's first game was against the Rams and his last game was against the Rams. And the Rams won the Super Bowl 22 years ago, exactly 1,150 weeks before Super Bowl 56, 115. Odell Beckham, born 11/5. The word Masonic, 115. The word Lucifer, 115. It goes on and on and on, guys. It goes on and on and on. In regards to Brady's retirement, that was just an absolute disgrace when he did it. He did it 46 days after the Pope's birthday. Tom Brady gets you 46, Catholic 46. Pope Francis born 12/17, the 199th prime. Brady drafted 199, the 46th prime. Like, it's so in your face. This all happens whilst, oh God, guys, I've just looked at my clock. It's 12/17. Pope Francis's birthday. Are you kidding me? This shit happens all the time. I'm talking about the Pope and being born 12/17, and it's 12/17, and it lit up on my phone. What is this world that we're living in? It's absolutely beautiful. Death Row Records, the untouchable Death Row. Is boxing rigged? I don't really like the word rigged. I think the outcomes are predetermined. I'm not 100% how it's being done, but all professional sports are corrupt. All professional sports are to take your energy. Ideally, they want to take your money, and they want to create divide. Yes, they entertain us. That's why it's sports entertainment. That's why the NFL is sports entertainment, like WWE. And that's a fact for people who tell me, no, it's not. It is. The NFL is legally sports entertainment, which means they can predetermine the outcome of the games. And it's a fact. They can't be sued or anything. Okay? People said, well, how come you can bet on it? You can bet on who's going to win the Royal Rumble, guys. You can bet on who's going to retain in WrestleMania. You can bet on wrestling. So people throwing out all sorts of accusations to me when they don't know what they're talking about. And there's a lot of people in this world who throw stuff at me and they don't know what they're talking about because they've not actually done any research. They just think they know what they know. Whereas I back up what I know better than pretty much anybody, to be honest with you. Again, without sounding cocky. I back up what I say. I really give a shit about people. It's why I said don't bet on the Bengals. Or if you do, please don't bet big. Because I care. I genuinely give a shit. I didn't want people losing a lot of money and getting taken in by the Tiger. They don't make it that obvious, guys. They don't. They trap you. They don't make it that obvious. I said, a part of me wants the Bengals to win. A part of me, I didn't think they were going to, but a part of me wanted them to win because it would have been the easiest video to show you and show the world that it's so rigged. Because the riddle was so obvious. So obvious. When you get to a high level, it was so obvious. I was like, this is a trap. This is a trap for me. And I start seeing traps now. Because, like I said in my song, I see through their bullshit. The more your soul and spirit gets stronger, you start seeing it. You're like, I know what they're doing here. Because they're the kings of psyops, psychological operations. They're the kings of it. They know how the brain works. Stafford and the Pope were synced, mate. Thank you. Stafford, Pope, Brady, all connected. Stafford is now 1-3 against the Bengals. Did it on the 13th day of February. LA gets you 13. We're told Gianna Bryant died at age 13. Stafford's 13th season. 13 was a big number. He stayed on 98 losses in Sophie Stadium. Opened on 9-8, September the 8th. Tom Brady is 98 English ordinal in gematria, who's connected to Stafford. There was obviously the 99 riddle, but which I saw weeks ago. But I was like, again, this seems a bit too obvious with all the 99s. But just to show you just how synced up Francis was with it, I'll just quickly recap the 99s, the undeniable 99s of last year. Prince Philip died at age 99 on the 99th day of the year. Don Shula died 99 days after Kobe Bryant. Betty White, the last celebrity to die in 2021, died at age 99. The NFL season began on 9/9, 99 days before the Pope's birthday. The quarterbacks in Super Bowl 56 both wore the number 9 jersey, like 99. California was founded on 9/9. Arguably, LA's best player is Donald, who wears the number 99. Like, the 99s are all there. I'll always see the numbers. And I was like, wait, are they going to give Stafford his 99th loss? And I was like, no. I have so many amazing, undeniable 99s that are not just my opinion, undeniable ones. I was like, I don't think they're going to give him that 99th loss because it's too obvious. This sounds like a trap. And it was. He didn't get that 99th loss, did he? He didn't get it. Stayed on 98 losses. I think Bayern Munich will win the Champions League. So do I. Hitler was a Mason, yes. Again, they reveal who they are through symbolism. They don't have to come on TV and say, hello, I'm Adolf Hitler and I'm a Freemason. I don't know how he spoke, whatever he was, the guy who played Walt Disney. They tell you who they are through symbolism. That's why you saw Mason Greenwood and his girlfriend doing this in a photo, mocking us. Do you want to be mocked, guys? Do you want to keep being mocked by these people? Or Decode Your Reality will tell you, oh, they don't know what they're doing. The universe is making them put up the devil horns. They're not Masons. They're playing the role in the whatever. Shut up, Decode Your Reality. I've had enough of you. You were getting on Zach. You were hammering Zach to say how good he was and amazing. And you were talking about the Bengals and Joe Burrow on page 213. And his name's 213 and the Super Bowl's on 213, like LA's dialing code, blah, blah, blah. That was all a joke. I said that page, they know who we're going to win it. So think about who you follow, guys, and who you take your advice from and who you give your energy to. It all seemed very suspicious that they were both talking about the Super Bowl, the week of it, and the number 56, and how the Bengals have this incredible riddle, guys. So Decode Your Reality got involved in it ideally a week before the Super Bowl, and then what happens? They lose. And now they're probably going to go out and tell you why the Rams won. This is why the Rams won, guys. Yeah, why didn't you tell people before? Not afterwards when it doesn't matter. Well, it does because you're still revealing the deception, but it's just so typical of these people who are controlled. Completely controlled. They baited you in and you fell for it. And if you did fall for it, just don't fall for it again. 23 likes, guys, like the Rams are 2-3 in Super Bowls. Hilarious. And again, oh, guys, you know I discussed Odell Beckham and I said he would get that touchdown. I actually said it in multiple lives. You might not want to bet money line here, get on Odell Beckham touchdown. Not being smug about it, but, oh, shit, what was I going to say? Okay, Odell Beckham. So when I lived in Los Angeles, David Beckham, guys, I just connected it all. David Beckham played for LA Galaxy. And what jersey number did they give him? 23, like how the Rams are now 2-3 in Super Bowls. Beckham was notoriously number 7. He goes to LA as 23. Just like how when LeBron signed for the Lakers, they give him number 23. And then now he's number 6, which is basically 2 times 3. But again, the jersey numbers, it's all ritual. Everything's ritual, guys. The world is run by numbers, and it's a beautiful thing. And these Masons, these Jesuits, these secret societies who are running the show, and we need to bring them down. We rarely do. And the only way we bring them down is by increasing our consciousness level so we see through their bullshit and we don't play along and we don't consent. That's the biggest aim of my channel. It's not to win you money. It's not just to show you how sports are rigged. I discuss sports so heavily because it's the thing that actually people will listen to and respect, because the stuff I do with sports is pretty undeniable. But I don't want this just to be about sports. I don't want to just do this live to say, okay, guys, let's focus, see who's going to win the Super Bowl next year. I'd be happy if there wasn't a Super Bowl. I'd be happy if that's the last ever one and there's no professional sports. Even if I lose my job on Patreon, I'd be happy. I'd go to bed a happy man if I can bring down these sports. That is my biggest goal, guys, because if you accept sports are rigged, you will accept politics are rigged. You will accept celebrities are just playing you, bread and circus. Department is a character costume you assume when coming from sea to the land. Maritime slave has a lot of knowledge about the maritime law. Bro, don't be a sore winner. I'm not being a sore winner, mate. I'm not being a sore winner. I'm not. I didn't bet on the game. I'm not being smug. I'm happy for my community. I'm sad for those who took the Bengals. I'm not being smug. This is more than a sports game. This is not me going out there saying, I called the Rams. Because, guys, I told you the stuff for the Bengals as well. They had really strong riddle, but the Rams made more sense to me. My spirit told me the Rams. I'm not being smug here. I'm telling you the numbers behind the Super Bowl. I did that before. Okay? I'm not here to be smug about me getting it right. I'm telling you, be very careful on getting taken in by people who intentionally build up a team. So you hammer them and then lose thousands. It happens. It keeps happening to people, especially to new people who are new to this knowledge. They get taken in by it. So I'm helping people. I'm not being smug. I don't have a giant ego anymore. And if you knew me, you wouldn't be saying that I'm here to just be showing off, because I'm not showing off. I'm providing knowledge. Cup being third generation NFL blew my mind. Yeah. What about Cup and Stafford? I knew they would have a big game with each other. Cup wears number 10 and Stafford wears number 9. And what do you get there? You get 109. 109, guys, when you type in Los Angeles into the gematria, it gets you 109. 109 is the 29th prime. Football gets you 29. And now the NFC have 29 Super Bowls. And do you know how many the AFC have? 27. Again, a lot of people thought it would be 28 because 28 is a perfect number. The sum of 56, too obvious. I was like, no, 29-27 makes more sense. Discuss the 27, Stafford's birthday. Brady's last Super Bowl win 2-7. Last ever game was against the Rams where his team scored 27 points. So I knew that. And the Rams got 30 points against the Buccaneers. They last won the Super Bowl on the 30th day of 2000. And that's like 2-3. You know what I mean? That's like 2-3. Another 23 in there. It's just outrageous, guys. It really is. Numbers are always there for both. I agree. Hammering a bet is just idiots. I don't want to use the word idiot, but I know what you're saying. If you hammer a team, if you know that there's great riddles for both, yet you still hammer a team, you're very naive, or you're being greedy, or you just don't have control of your emotions. There's lots of games now, you've just got to look at them, and it's frustrating. I do it every day. I'll code a game, and I'm like, I can't pick a winner here, and it's so frustrating. I used to, again, when I was, even up until recently, I'd be like, okay, there's stuff for both, but this team has the better riddle. I'm going to post that. I can't do that anymore. So there might be days on my Patreon I don't post because I don't want to force it. Okay? And I don't want people gambling every single day because it's not good for you. Gambling every day is not good for you. However much money you win, it isn't good for you. Spiritually, emotionally, it can be financially, but it can also crush you financially. Now, I don't mind. I bet on the Super Bowl a couple of games a week. It's fun. Make it a hobby that can hopefully pay. Paving the way for the New World Order, yep. Again, check out the NWO in wrestling when they had Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan and Scott Hall and Macho Man and X-Pac. They foreshadowed a New World Order and they just went around the wrestling industry, bullying people like the New World Order does. Do you want to keep being bullied, guys? I've always said if somebody's bullying you, bang that bully in its face. Because if you don't do anything about a bully bullying you, they'll just bully you even more. You need to bang them out. You need to say, I'm not putting up with this anymore, mate. Okay? And I won't now. Okay? I'm not letting these people who have money, power, control scare me or bully me into things. No, they won't. They won't ever do that with me. William Shakespeare, the world is a stage. The world is a stage. It's time we all accept that. And create the character you want to be rather than have the elite or whoever, the Jesuits, the Freemasons, dictate what role you should play in this world. And that's why they set up society as a social construct to keep us enslaved and trapped when we are so powerful, more powerful than anyone can imagine, and we are just so limited because we've allowed ourselves to be limited, because your grandparents allowed themselves to be limited, then your parents did, then you did, and you're probably going to make your kids go through the same bullshit system that they want you to go through to keep you here. The reason I've got to the level where I am at in regards to emotionally and my intellect is I left my job. I found time for myself. I found time to research. I understand most people can't do that. They work and this is no judgment. They work 9 till 5. They'll come home, might have to cook dinner for the kids. They'll watch the little TV show, then they'll go to bed. They don't really get much time to be like, okay, I need to look into this. I'd like to read this. I'd like to, I don't know, unwind a little bit and just see the world for what it is, which is a beautiful place, run by demonic, evil people. And we've allowed that to happen. We're partly responsible, guys, for allowing it to happen. So I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. A lot of people are messaging me saying, Adam, or The Illusion, be careful. You're going to burn out. Be careful. People are going to come for you. Be careful this, be careful that, be careful. No, I won't be careful. I'm speaking truth. I speak from my heart, and I'll keep doing it till the day that I die. And I'm genuine, guys. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are controlled, who are shills. And I don't think there's many people like me. I think the organic, genuine ones don't have a platform. Maybe they don't have the confidence to do it. Maybe they don't have the time to do it. I'm in a situation where I have the confidence, I have the knowledge, I have the time to speak my truth. And I do it from the bottom of my heart. Like I said, I'm exhausted now. I had a wild week. My mate Farley was in town from New Jersey. I don't often drink. We were drinking. Saturday night, I got home at like 6 a.m. Yesterday, I went to a Super Bowl party. I got home at like 2:30, like 23. Also, when I was in a club, I was speaking to a girl who, cool girl. Guess how old she was? And we had a really good connection, a good chat. She was 22. And I said, listen, are you kidding me? This was at like 3 a.m., the day of the Super Bowl. I was like, you're 22. She was like, yeah, why? I was like, you don't want to know, but you're 22? Yeah. So she was the last girl that I spoke to the morning of the Super Bowl, and she was 22 years old, like how the Rams won the Super Bowl 22 years after. Just so insane. Okay, what else have we got? Somebody said, thank you, bro. I'm glad I'm here with real men. There's also women here, Adam. There's a lot of women now who are opening up to this knowledge, which I think is a beautiful thing. Recently, more women are signing up to my Patreon because they know I don't just talk about sports, talk about everything, to be honest with you. Post so much content. So yeah, just be grateful that you're in here in this chat and there's like-minded people who care about each other. I posted this, which as I was posting it, I got, I'm not going to say emotional. I say this almost every live. You're going to think I'm just this little bitch, but I'm not. I posted something. God, so many things. Okay, saying thank you. And it said this. So this goes to every one of you here in the live. I swear down, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. It says, Dear Universe, which I truly believe in the universe. I think the universe is an incredibly powerful place. I don't like to think of the world. I think of the universe. Uni means one. The prefix means one. We are all one, guys. We're all unique, I guess, but we're all different at the same time. But I just wish we were more connected and not divided. Dear universe, thank you for allowing other like-minded souls to cross my path. As more of us merge together into a soul family, the stronger our bridge becomes. I'm thankful for both those that I can inspire and those that inspire me. My whole body's got chills down it reading that, and I really mean that. Okay, if we can create this positive level of consciousness and awareness, the bridge just gets longer. More people can walk on that bridge. And a lot of people say, Adam, what you're gonna, you're a smart guy, you're gonna inspire maybe a few thousand people. That's not gonna change anything. It will. It can. Because if I inspire a few thousand, then that person does, and then another person is able to do that, and they impact their family and their friends and their teachers or fellow classmates. The world's consciousness, right? It's energy, it's vibration, it's frequency. We've intentionally been kept on a low frequency through the mainstream, through the food that we eat, through a lack of exercise, through obsessing over celebrities, which actually gives them our energy, which really frustrates me, to be honest with you. But if we can spread consciousness and truth, I know it's hard to define truth because we all have a different opinion on what truth is. I think there'll be a huge shift in consciousness and everything gets revealed, and then we can't be manipulated. The reason we get screwed over is because we get manipulated. And as soon as you see through the bullshit, like I can, you don't get manipulated. Like you wouldn't bet on the Bengals because you just see what they're doing. You see through the bullshit of the mainstream, which I don't watch anymore, but I can break down every headline in less than 5 minutes because I see what they do. They use the same numbers. So again, don't let people make you be like, you're not going to do anything. You're not impacting anybody. Well, 5 people have told me that I've saved their lives through my knowledge, which is why I'm inspired to do this work every day. When they tell me that, they said they were going crazy. Nobody liked them anymore. They didn't know how to express themselves, and now they send people my videos, and now that these people believe in what they believed in, so they don't feel crazy, and they've actually got some of their friends back. So that's why I do what I do now, and that's why I'll forever keep doing this. Score of Rams points, I'm not sure what you're saying there. Yeah, it would have been perfect if Brady retired at 43, but he retired at 44, and the Super Bowl was the 44th day of the year. Just a joke. And you know, Stan Kroenke, the owner, his birthday had a 193 in it, which is the 44th prime. Thank you again. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Thomas. So last year, the Bucks won the Super Bowl, and the owners were the Glazers, who own Manchester United, the Red Devils, because it's all synced up. You need to realize all these leagues are run by the same people. And then Stan Kroenke owns Arsenal, and he owns the Rams. And then what happens? They just won the Super Bowl. Well, I don't get how people don't question how last year the Bucks were the first team to host the Super Bowl and win it. First team ever. And then the Rams the following year do it. What are the chances of that? But remember, back-to-back, like I told people, back-to-back gets you 201. Like Brady threw for 201 yards in his last ever Super Bowl. The Jesuit Order's 201. Jorge Mario Bergoglio's 201. He resided in Suite 201. Man went to the moon the 201st day of the year. The Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA 201st day of the year. Brady went to the White House the 201st day of the year. Catherine the Great saved 201 Jesuits. That number, event 201, where Bill Gates foreshadowed the pandemic. Why? I'm just trying to put these numbers out there, which everything I say is a fact. I'm not just giving opinions. All those numbers I just threw at you are factual. So when people crave this evidence, there you go. Oh, it means nothing, Adam. Okay, sure, it means nothing. Does it mean nothing that Brady is obsessed with Saturn and he retired with 7 rings, like Saturn has 7 rings? 22 seasons, 7 rings, like 227, the 49th prime, sports the 49ers, Revelations 49, the Church of Satan's in San Francisco. Like, it's just beyond a joke. 49 as well. 49 is when Prince Philip died, April the 9th, 99th day of the year, 99. Again, I think Prince Philip died decades ago. I think the Queen's dead. I think they've gone a long time ago. And I don't know if somebody's playing a role of them with these masks that they have, which you need to start watching videos about what they do with masks. And or maybe it's AI. Maybe it's this green room, like the Queen's speech. It wasn't even the Queen who gave it. Oh, what did I see yesterday? I saw something big as well in the score. I can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, it was 7-3, wasn't it? The score at one point was 7-3 to the Rams. What was Brady when he retired in Super Bowl? 7-3. What's the 73rd day of the year? March the 14th, 314, pi, the infinite number. That's why Brady finished 7-3, guys. Because 314, March the 14th, is the 73rd day of the year, and these Jesuits are obsessed with pi. They're obsessed with numbers, because I think the world is run by numbers, or at least the world they've created, the simulation we are living in. Just know this. I'm going to make this really clear with you. Oh, by the way, 31 likes, guys. What did I say about Hull City and Derby game? The Rams beat the Tigers 3-1. The Super Bowl was 3 months and 1 day after the Black Pope's birthday. Okay, the 11th prime. Joe Burrow drafted 11 years after Stafford. Both selected round 1, pick 1, 11. Man United, who's owned by the Glazers, who's connected to Brady. They've drawn the last 3 games, 1-1, because it's all connected. And I've been saying that, guys, for so long. No, I'm not going to mock you. I was going to do the mocking voice, but that's not good for anybody. I was going to do the mocking voice. I stopped myself. How's Kobe connected to the Premier League? How's the Pope connected to this? How's that? Guys, there's a reason why Pope Francis was born in Argentina and resides in the Vatican, and within 24 hours in 2021, Argentina won the Copa America and Italy won the Euros. It was all connected to him. Just like yesterday, the Super Bowl was all about the popes, which I've been saying, especially on my Patreon, and Kobe. It's just... What about Leicester City winning the Premier League in 2016? The year Kobe retired. Fox in Pythagorean numerology is 666, Kobe's highest scoring game, 666 game. Leicester City gets you 81. They finished with 81 points. Kobe being Bryant gets you 81. His highest scoring game is 81 points. The Leicester owner supposedly died in a helicopter crash like Kobe. What more? How many more syncs do I have to put together? And I don't even have to do that. You should just question, how did Leicester City win the Premier League by 10 points when they were the third favourites to get relegated? 10 points, guys. Who got the winning touchdown for the Rams yesterday? Number 10, Cup. I've been talking about number 10 forever and a day now. The last 2 Champions League finals, 1-0. FA Cup final, 1-0. League Cup final, 1-0. England's first game in the Euros, 1-0. Did you see that England in rugby union beat Italy 33-0? 33-0, and England gets you 33, and Sunday gets you 33. In the rugby union, it was 33-0. And I actually decoded that because I found another 31. So England lost to Italy on penalties, didn't they? July the 11th, 2021. Guys, you know I was talking about all those 31s? England beat Italy in rugby union yesterday, 33-0, and they did it exactly 31 weeks. Exactly. I wish I could present my screen. It'd make this live way better. Exactly 31 weeks after Italy beat England in the Euro final. 31's the 11th prime. And what score was the final in Euro 2020? 1-1. And what's 1-1? It's 11. It's 11. If you haven't watched my video, guys, about that final and about how it was a race ritual, having Rashford, Sancho, and Saka all missed 3 penalties in a row, 3, all black players, please watch it. I think that's the video that got me reasonably popular because I called what was going to happen like so many times in that Euros. I didn't get everything right, absolutely not. But again, I revealed the deception as good as anybody. People need to stop just obsessing over, but how much money did you make from the Euros? I'm not falling for that anymore. I'm not getting trapped in the spider web of just trying to win money because you don't grow. You don't grow. You're giving your energy just towards money and not the actual knowledge. Rams played in Cleveland, yeah, and that's where Kobe Bryant's playing right now. Laugh at me all you want. Kobe Bryant is Myles Garrett. He is. I don't know how it's being done, but it is. Kobe didn't die. Neither did his daughter, Gianna. I'm going to do a video about who Gianna Bryant is right now. It's going to blow your head off. When I get time to do it, I'll do it this week. Gianna Bryant never died. Kobe never died. 41 years old, 13 years old, 41, the 13th prime. LA, 41, 13. They supposedly died when the Staples Center was being hosted at the, when the Grammys was at the Staples Center. That's the day that Kobe dies, where he spent 20 years with the Lakers. Like, just a joke. Cleveland's dialing code's 216, by the way. Like how you said LA played in Cleveland and the score was 2016 at one point. So in your face. It's just pathetic, to be honest, when you learn the knowledge. 4th and 1 at the 44-yard line. Matt Stafford gets you 44 in gematria. So does LA Rams. And earthquake. Yeah, look out for an earthquake in LA. Mike Gematria, hello. I'm just going through all the comments now. Hey, I know everything. If you're mocking me, acting like I know everything, I'm not even close to knowing everything. I barely know anything. And that's key for me to know that. I know a lot more than most people, but I barely know anything about this universe. And that's why I have a burning passion to learn every day. I don't know shit. I know the entertainment industry is rigged and corrupt and there to distract us, a weapon of mass distraction. But when it comes to the universe and how it all works, I don't know anything. And I'm smart enough and confident enough to say that. I just know that I know more than most people. Doesn't mean I know a lot, if you get what I'm saying. I'm nowhere near where I want to be in regards to the knowledge. Nowhere near. Bro, do your thing and be happy. I hate when people beef in the community when we all know it's rigged and we are divided. Yeah, they want us to be divided in the gematria community. And I think that's by intention with the people who are at the top of it, like Zach. But when it comes to gambling or selecting who you think is going to win, why don't you get to a level where you can learn to decode and make your own decisions? You can be inspired by people like The Illusion or Zach or whoever you want. How's about you go out there and actually do it yourself? I put out videos consistently, how I decode the numbers I see. Learn it yourself, guys, in a beautiful way. I'm a teacher. I'm naturally a teacher. I'm naturally a coach. I know it's very easy for you to wake up in the morning and be like, okay, let's see who these decoders have, and I'm just going to hammer them. Before you bet, why don't you just try and add to the code? Find something. So it'll be even more rewarding for you if it does win, that you're actually a part of the code, that you found something that hit. To be honest with you. You're right. I remember you on the Rams and dude definitely all on Bengals. I was on Bengals as well, but not because of the dude. It gave me some reassurance in my pick. Yeah. Told you practically everybody was on the Bengals, and I can see why if you got taken in by the riddle. But listen, when it comes to this, I've learned this, because if you are on my Patreon, I don't think anyone can deny it. Every riddle I post is exceptional. Do they always win? No, but they're exceptional to read. That's why it hurts people when they lose, because it's like, how did he find all of this for it not to matter? Or at least impact the outcome. Listen, when it comes to decoding sports, you have the riddle. The riddle is very important, okay? You have the numbers. The gematria is very important. But there's still people in this community who type whatever they want into that gematrinator, and I want to help you with this. Whatever they want. I don't know. They'll type in something like Cincinnati Bengals will win Super Bowl 56, and it'll get them 2-1-3, and they'll be like, and that's when the Super Bowl. You can't do that. That means nothing, okay? When you're just typing in what you want, or Cincinnati wins, and that gets you 56. Like, no, that means literally nothing. The gematria for me is the cherry on the cake. If you have a date duration and then you can find some syncs with the gematria that are undeniable, then that's really good. Like, they wore loads of 44s for the LA Rams within the gematria, so many. So the gematria is important, but that's not just what I do. I'm not just the gematria guy. There's date durations, there's coaches' records, there's players' records. You have to look into the mainstream, where they're going. You have to look at the money line. You have to look at where the bets are being placed. Vegas does have a say whether I like it or not. They do. I used to be at the point where I was like, no, this is just organic. Vegas can't really they don't flip the scripts. Maybe they do. Maybe they do flip the scripts. Maybe they don't. But you've got to consider the possibility that maybe they do. And Again, like a lot of people would have got Odell Beckham. I had a really good code for him to get the MVP, and he was the best player in the first half. He gets a fake injury. Now he can't get the award. They can do things like that. They can build you up. Like, I bet if you won Odell Beckham at 41 MVP, he gets the opening touchdown. He ran quite a few yards. You're so excited, and then he conveniently gets an injury in the Super Bowl. Like the guy who used to play for Cleveland as well. And his last major injury was against the Bengals. And it's just a joke. It's just a joke. But there's lots to consider when you're gambling. There's your gut. The main reason I liked the LA Rams was my gut, my soul, my spirit. It was like the Rams win this. I'm a Ram, guys. I'm an Aries. And at one point, there was a major play with 144 on the clock, and I was born 14-4, and I pointed it out to my friends. They're like, oh my God. Sometimes when I point this stuff out to people who are not really aware of how it works, they look at me like I'm a genius psychopath. And sometimes I'm kind of like, I just want to keep my mouth shut here. I don't want all the attention on me. I don't want to ruin this moment for the people who truly believe in the Super Bowl. But there was 2 women there as well, which was incredible, who I didn't know, who said, you do know that all sports are corrupt. My eyes lit up, and everyone looked at me. They're like, okay, you guys need to have a chat. And she said that she knew a guy from Vegas who told her that sports are rigged. I couldn't believe it. So she was aware. She didn't want to watch it. She was similar to me. She was like, hey, quick, it's the last play. And she was like, oh, so exciting. And she didn't even go to watch it. She didn't give a shit because she knows it's all rigged. And I feel like that with the sports now. I don't give them my energy when I watch it. And I don't want to ever watch a sports game again in my life, if I'm honest with you. I'll happily never watch one again. Unless it's a real organic game of football or basketball or whatever, like a genuine one. Bengals had that Disney story. Yeah, the media were pushing the Bengals so much. And that's a red flag to me. Yesterday morning, my mind's eye saw the Rams winning. That's beautiful, Lady Hawk. That's bigger than the code when you see things like that. Once the halftime show happened, I said, oh man, Rams and Ramsey are winning. There's Dick Vermeil and the halftime show, all LA. I made the wrong bet. That's exactly what I told my brother. Yeah, but if you thought that, you could have gotten the Bengals. You could have gotten the Rams when they were plus 200 in the second half. If you thought you were wrong, you could have actually still come out of that game with a profit. What's up? Epidemic Product Entertainment Group. I'm going to go back to the bottom here. There's a lot. I love when I meet like-minded people. There's nothing better, Mickey. When I meet these people and we just talk about stuff, about the world, about the universe, about how we're connected, about numbers, without people getting defensive. It's amazing, but it's hard to find. That's why we need to cherish each other in this community, support each other. Somebody added me to a Twitter group. I don't know how I got added to it. I give them my knowledge. I help them. And they're amazing people. There's no egos in there. They want to help each other, not say, oh my God, you told me this team and it lost. It's like, I appreciate the code, mate. Hopefully it hits. That's how it should be. You're trying to help your fellow man. Doesn't mean that you're always going to get it right for them. I know this back in the day when I was coding, I got really good at it. Seemed like every time I shared my picks with my best friends or my family, they missed. I was like, am I forcing this or something? I stopped doing it, but I wanted to help them. But then it only just ends up screwing you over. You put 1,000,000 times more pressure on yourself. And when you win, they don't really care anyway. They just go, oh, okay, fair enough, but I still don't believe it. Daniel, check what I sent you about the 6 nations. Okay, again, I don't go on Discord anymore. I'm going to have to sign in. Daniel was the guy who saw the Stan Kroenke thing, and then I synced it up. I did a decode on him, and it really just told me the Rams were winning. Okay, it's not loading. My Discord's not loading. I'll try look at it later. Michigan, somebody's talking about Michigan. That's where Brady played college. Number 10 jersey. And again, Cooper Kupp got the winning touchdown, number 10. He got the MVP as well, number 10. Remember in the African Cup of Nations, there was 4 games on the 10th. And they all finished 1-0, like 10. February the 16th, I'm going to have to look into that date. Because that's 6 times 6 times 6. Something big's going to go down. Oh, by the way, happy Valentine's Day to you all. I don't really like this because when you learn about the history of St. Valentine, it was a massacre. It was all about mass murder. I think St. Valentine got his head chopped off. So happy Valentine's Day, guys, to you all. I think I did a video about Valentine's Day. Somebody asked me to decode it. Again, Valentine's Day, the one time of the year, it seems, when people are nice to each other. Why don't you surprise your wife or your husband randomly? Why do you have to wait for Valentine's Day or their birthday or Christmas? That's just a trap. Again, Valentine's Day is to take your money. Okay, they don't care about true love. They don't want that. They don't want to spread love, but they do want to take your money. And that's what they do at Valentine's Day. I don't think I did a video about it. That's frustrating. I did a massive code about Valentine's Day. 666 sync with Kobe. Yeah. Kobe, it's not Kobe, it's the numbers connected with Kobe. Again, I did a video about that. Kobe's connected to revelation. If you read the Bible, you know what revelation is. So is the Pope. And they're trying to fulfill biblical prophecy, or they're trying to fulfill their book that they wrote. Who knows? But let's stop them. Let's stop them. They've got Agenda 2030. Again, that has a cheeky 23 in it. I've mentioned something major is going to happen in 2023. And what was the scoreline in the Super Bowl? 2023. That's next year, guys. Next year is 2023. That's what the Super Bowl was. That year could be wild. And 223 is the 48th prime, which is a number connected to revelation again. Pope Francis was born on 48 date numerology back in 1936. And 666 is the 36 triangular number. 216 is North Korean holiday, Day of the Shining Star. Again, I didn't know that. Thank you, Gomez. But star like Lucifer Morning Star, the illuminated one. It's pretty insane. Happy birthday. Yeah, today's Christian Eriksen's birthday, number 10, who had a cardiac arrest when the score was 1-0, like 10. And now he's back playing football again after a cardiac arrest. It's just nonsense. Never happened. It's pretty sick how they're doing this, telling us all these people are dropping dead or having heart attacks when they're not. They're foreshadowing something. I don't want to install fear because I don't know what it is, but there's no way Eriksen had a cardiac arrest and a year later he's back playing elite football in the best league in the world, as we're told it is. The reason why the Premier League's the best league in the world is because Freemasonry founded the Football Association. And Freemasonry was founded in England. It's all rigged. They determine who wins what. That's why Chelsea are the World Club champions. And who are Chelsea sponsored by? 3. How many goals were in that final against Palmeiras? 3. Who got the winning goal again? A Nazi, Kai Havertz. Who got the winning goal in the Champions League final? The Nazi, Kai Havertz. The guy who was mocked and ridiculed when he first signed with Chelsea. And now he's the hero. It's going to forever go down in the history books as a Chelsea legend. Again, top coaches in the Premier League, Nazis. Thomas Tuchel, German. Jurgen Klopp, German. Is the United coach German as well? Although he's a horseshit coach. But again, it doesn't matter how good they are at coaching. Guardiola, who made triangles famous. Triangles like the all-seeing eye on the top of the pyramid. Guardiola had everyone playing in triangles. I think triangle's the top button on a PlayStation button. You got the, what is it, triangle, circle, X and square, I think. They have the triangle at the top, like the all-seeing eye is at the top of the pyramid. Like, it's all there, man. A few kids from the school I used to teach at were messaging me saying, who's going to win the Super Bowl? I said, the Rams. I said, no way. Bengals, I've got this. And then they kept messaging me when the Bengals went up. Told you, Mr. Adam. I was like, just, can you message me at the end of the game? And I didn't bother messaging them to say, I told you so. They know now. I don't need to tell them. They knew who I said was going to win. I don't need to rub it in the face. Most entertaining sports formula. Team A gets way ahead and then Team B recovers and either wins or loses at the last second overtime. The formula is way to promote. Yeah. That's very, very true. It's storyline. They say, let's discuss the storylines of the first half or the game. You got to factor in the gambling as well. A lot of overtime games, because then they get more people gambling. They want to take your emotion, especially with spread bettors. So again, when the Rams were leading comfortably, I bet people who had like the Rams -4 were like, oh, this is done. This is locked. Rams are going to blow them out. And then Bengals come back and the Bengals go up. And it looks like they're going to take it. And no. The Rams win, even though the best wide receiver, or one of the best wide receivers in the league was out. Stafford was hobbling, supposedly. And then they put him on a stretcher. Did you see when they put Stafford on the stretcher? It's wrestling. I remember I've seen it in wrestling. The wrestlers are injured. They go to the back. And then 5 minutes later, they come out hobbling and end up winning the match. And the crowd go wild. It just reminds me of all now. It's purely a show. ESPN, Entertainment Sports Programming Network, entertainment before the word sport. Because yes, they're athletic. They're phenomenal athletes that are being used, to be honest with you. Although Beckham did his hair purple. Purple's the colour of deception. That's why he faked an injury. That's why the Queen wears purple and the Pope wears purple. And all the Disney characters who are evil and cunning are often purple, like Medusa. It's just, when I saw his hair was purple, I was like, oh no, what are they doing with him? What's he going to do here? Just a joke. Somebody lost 3,000 betting on the Bengals. I'm not even going to laugh at that. I feel that I don't like that. $3,000's a lot of money. A lot of money. A lot. And I wish you didn't bet $3,000. I was guilty in the past of betting outrageous sums of money on these games. I'll never do it again, and I'll happily never bet again. I was betting thousands as well, mate. Won a lot of them, lost some of them, and the energy was horrific. Even when I won, I feel like it literally took days off my life. It took days off my life. I'm not doing that. The Rock was wearing purple. Yeah, The Rock. Again, at this point, is that a real person? Is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, a real person at this point? The guy is in his mid-50s. He's got the best body in the world. Like, he doesn't age. Is it a real person? Or has he got a demon within him? The guy who dominated the wrestling industry, dominated Hollywood. He can do anything, that guy. He can act, he can sing, he's tough as hell. He's charming, he's hilarious. But I don't think he's funny anymore. I used to find him funny, especially when he played the role of The Rock in wrestling. What a charismatic individual. He's like too perfect. And again, like riddles, when they're too perfect, I question them. The Rock's too perfect. Brady's career has been too perfect for it to be real to me. It doesn't feel real. Okay, John said he knows why the color of purple is so significant, and he wants my opinion on it. I just thought it was the color of deception, and red and blue gets you purple, like Democrat and Republican. Prince had a song called Purple Rain, didn't it? Purple Rain, and rain is like with the Queen who reigns over us, and Prince died on the Queen's birthday. The only time it's ever rained during a halftime Super Bowl show is when Prince was singing Purple Rain, which shows you they can manipulate the weather. But people will call it a coincidence when coincidences don't exist in this world. I'm going back to the simulation theory. I think the world we live in is not organically a simulation. It's become a simulation through the society that the secret societies have created. They know this world is run by energy, frequency, all of that. And they've created a system, a beast system that's trapped us within the system, which is, to me, a simulation. Is this real life or a simulation? I wrote about it, a little song about it. And I think in general, it's not a simulation, but right now we're living in one. And the only way we escape the simulation is ascending through consciousness. That's what I truly believe at this point. Purple is also pride. Okay. Again, back in the day when you saw a rainbow, you thought it was magical, gold at the end of the rainbow. It's just a glorious thing. And now when you think of rainbow, you think of homosexuals and bisexuals and transgenders, which is fine, but that's the 7 colors of the rainbow. Brady gets 7 rings. 7 days in a week. Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. 7 deadly sins. Like, let's learn these numbers and what the hell they mean. I'll try and do more videos about numbers and what they mean. rather than just throw numbers at you. I'll try and tell you what they mean. I want to learn what they mean. My friend told me to learn the metaphysics behind the numbers. He said, Adam, your work's really good. You're getting a platform now. You do amazing work, but you need to teach people what these numbers are, the history behind the numbers, why that number's significant. So we always see the 56s, we know 33, the connections with 33 and why it's so big. But I'd love to know the metaphysics behind the numbers. I said growing up, my favorite movie, Good Will Hunting, all about numbers. You reckon Aaron Ramsey was a good footballer? He randomly became amazing before. He was a good footballer. He wasn't great. But they made him. Like, why is he going to Juventus? He wasn't. If it was all legit, there's no way Aaron Ramsey, who most of the time couldn't even start for Arsenal, who were an average Premier League team for a long time. I know he won. He got like a lot of important goals in FA Cups, didn't he, Aaron Ramsey? So it is all rigged, guys. I don't know how they're doing it. Gordon Ramsay is another guy who's completely controlled. Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen, anybody? Purple is royal. University president is the only one who wears purple. Okay, yeah. I'll do a video about colors as well. Okay, purple also came to represent spirituality and holiness because the ancient emperors, kings, and queens that were the color were often thought of as gods or descendants of gods. That's amazing, guys, because Odell Beckham's tweet was thanking God. This was God's plan, he said. And didn't Drake have a song called God's Plan? I hate Drake. I do not rate that musician at all, but everybody's on the bandwagon of Drake. So that's what people do in this world. They get on the bandwagon. They like what they think they're supposed to like. And if they don't like it, they feel left out. So they end up liking it. A rainbow is actually a stargate. I didn't know that. All this type of knowledge, like Cain just said, Cain makes me think of the Bible with Cain and Abel. And it makes me think of Cain and the Undertaker. I like your comments, guys. I respect each and every one of you leaving these comments. Somebody put $20 on the Bengals. It was a free bet. They lost. That's whatever. But you don't have to care about that. The Rock said when he was younger, people confused him for a girl. Yeah, because he's FTM. Anybody in Hollywood is. FTM, which is female to male or male to female. They are. And that's hard to process, but that's the reality. Again, it's hard to define reality because we all have different perceptions of it. But the world at the top is in reverse. They're inverse. Everything's in reverse. For whatever reason. I think the reason it is in reverse because they're mocking God. They're mocking God. God's the creator, or whoever created universe, the creator is the creator. Whereas these Luciferians, these Satanists, these Masons, they don't create, they destroy. They want to destroy God's creation. They want to mock God with the numbers. I've said they're infiltrating the organic code behind this universe. These people will get what's coming to them. Whether it's in this life, another life, a different, it's going to come. And deep down, they know it. Deep down, I don't think they sleep at night. And I have no sympathy for them, to be honest. Tried to put on my free play on Bengals money line, but they said no, so I just put it on the +4. All right, well done, Tobin. That was the universe looking after you there. Purple Teletubby. Yeah, what was the purple Teletubby? Was that Tinky Winky? Tinky Winky. Dipsy. Those fat-ass Teletubbies, I would love to knock all 4 of them out. La la. Have one of them, la la. And Poe, you come here, I'll headbutt you. The Teletubbies, I decoded the Teletubbies. They got vaccinated, didn't they? The Teletubbies got vaccinated, guys. Do you want to keep being mocked? The Sesame Street characters got vaccinated. Guys, they're freaking puppets. Just like the presidents are puppets. Somebody was telling me yesterday that presidents are indeed elected and our vote means something. I was like, help me. Please help me here. Not get angry. I just said, okay. All right. Sure. And I just walked off. They wanted me to snap. I was like, okay, yeah, these presidents are elected. They're definitely selected, guys. They're selected. And what people don't do in this world is question who's selecting them, who's above. Well, did you hear what Biden did? Did you hear about the decision Biden made? Biden didn't make anything. Who selected Biden? Why did they select Biden? Why are these people all Jesuit educated? Why are they all connected? Is the questions you should be asking. Don't put all your attention on Biden. That's what they want. Oh, fuck you, Brandon. All that bullshit. And people wearing t-shirts where I live. It makes me cringe. Because you're being mocked. You're being ridiculed and you don't even know it. So yeah, people should be questioning that. Don't question all these professional athletes, although you should, I guess. Question the owners. Question who owns the franchises. Does anybody know who owns the NFL? No, but you know who's the star quarterback for the Patriots. You know that, but do you know who owns the NFL and how they're all synced up and how the same owners practically own all of these freaking franchises? Like I said, the Glazers own Man United and Tampa. Like, can you not see that? That's the stuff that we should be asking. Who's attending the Bilderberg group meetings where they're talking about where the world's going to go in the future? Why don't we get to watch these meetings? Why are they held in private? Why are they not live like everything else in the world's live now and shared? Why do they hide that information from us? Because they're talking about screwing us over. Simple as that. What do you think people in power that are considered evil continue to grab more power and money when they never be able to take it into the afterlife? They probably don't care about the afterlife because they're so obsessed with right now. And just acquiring as much power and wealth as they can and control. And there's not enough money, power, and control for these people. They're narcissists, they're sociopaths, they're psychopaths, they have God complexes. They probably conquer the money, then they want to conquer your mind, and now they want to conquer your soul. They want complete control. And for everyone who says, well, it's just everything's about money, it's not. Money is a big part of it. Money is the biggest control tool in the world, followed by religion, in my opinion. Religion, not God. God's real, the creator's real. Religion, they're control tools. And the people at the very top running the show, they don't need any more money because they print the freaking money. They own the money system. They own the Federal Reserve System. They came up with the concept of this currency that we exchange with each other. And they're going to turn it into crypto. Your physical money will be gone. So they can really, really control you, and they can just take money out of your account if you don't play along with the system. That's where the world's going if we let it. Do you want to live in that world where the system completely controls you? Where you have Big Brother watching over you? Is that what you want? Because that's where we're going. And people will always say this to me, and it pisses me off. Not in my lifetime, Adam. This might happen in 100 years, but not in my lifetime. Yes, it can happen in your lifetime. And even if it is in 100 years, what about your kids and their kids and stuff? You don't give a shit because you just care about yourself. This is going down this year or this decade. This big, massive new world order that they've been pushing for decades. And people don't give a shit. They don't care. But they'll care when it happens, but then it's too late. And it's like the stuff I do in this community, the stuff that I've called and predicted to perfection. People didn't give a shit, but when it happened, it's like, oh, wow. But why didn't you acknowledge it before? Or at least acknowledge the possibility of it happening. People don't give a shit until it actually happens, but then it happens and it's too late. It's too late. So let's do shit about this now. Let's not just obsess over sports and celebrities, because that's what they want with the bread and circus. Let's look into all the other stuff, guys. Start questioning, what are they teaching my kid at school? Am I spending enough time with my wife? Am I looking after my health? Am I looking to grow intellectually? Or am I just going to make excuses for everything? I don't have enough time. Time's an illusion as well, guys. Time doesn't exist. Time's not real. Time's a social construct that we've accepted. So yes, you do have time. I don't have time to do it. Yes, you do. You just don't have the motivation to do it. Stop making excuses. Let's go. Brandon equals 56. I didn't know that, but it doesn't shock me. It's all controlled, everything. Gematria, guys, can help you back up your feelings. That's what I do. A lot of people have opinions. They can't back it up. Gematria backs it up for me. when you learn the numbers. Let's go Brandon 56, really? Like Black Lives Matter, like coronavirus. What about Boris Johnson, who put the UK into lockdown on November the 5th, 115, 56 days left in the year, 115, when Odell Beckham was born. Beckham, who's been knighted in England. It's all synced. Beckham, who's a female. Posh Spice, who's a man. But how did they have kids? Is it really their kids? They get made in a lab? I don't know how they do it. But the inverted. Zach did a good video at the shooting. Yeah, well, Zach does these good videos about shootings and deaths, but a lot of the time it's not even his work. He gets it from other people, then he presents it like he's a guru. He has X amount of people working below him who send him work, and then he presents it like it's all his. He might occasionally give someone a shout out. Again, we can decode stuff about school shootings and this and that, and it is good, it is interesting, but there's way more to this world than just decoding the mainstream. That's a big part of it. That wakes people up. But do you not want to start thinking about the different realms there might be, the different reality, how we can grow, what this world is, why I was born, what's my role in this? Have I been selected to do this? Have I been chosen for this? Like these deep questions that people don't want to ask themselves. Speak on the illusion you're onto things we need to contest against. Thank you. The capstone on their pyramid is the androgyne world leader. I didn't know that. We're supposed to live for hundreds of years. I believe that. What's the average person dies now in the 70s? I bet we're supposed to be living for over 100 years on average, or even more than that. But the shit we put in our body, the shit that we put in our brain is making us die young. And guys, it's a beast system. We live in a beast system. And you might think, well, I have a nice house and a nice car and I've got a good job and a loving family. Like, it's not that bad. The system's a beast system. Okay? People just focus on themselves or their little family, which is beautiful that you care about your family. But you don't look deeper than that. That's why I said most people live on a street. They don't even know their neighbors because they don't care to know their neighbors. Love your fellow neighbor, whatever they say. Care about people, guys. Today, I'm going to give a load of soccer balls again to a community of people who don't have anything materialistic. I'm going to drop off some footballs, and not for my ego. And I'm going to probably play with them for 20 minutes. And that'll be a beautiful thing. I'm going to do that soon. There is no such thing as a human. Yeah, human being. I get it. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. That's why we never die. The spirit never dies. It goes somewhere else. And I think it's up to you how you live and behave in this realm where that spirit goes. If you ascend, if you go down somewhere, not heaven or hell. If you stay here, like a video game, when you die, you go back to the beginning of the level. Maybe it's like professional sports. You get relegated, you get promoted, and maybe you do ascend to a different level. But if you don't maintain a certain level, they bring you back down. The universe is a classroom, guys. It really is. Never forget that. The guy Zach's video where he interrupts a news reporter looks just like him. Really? I don't watch any of Zach's work anymore. Betty White is alive and well, probably. Probably Betty White. Were the Rams wearing white? And they were white, yellow, and blue, weren't they? Like Snoop Dogg was wearing the white, yellow, and blue performing. Snoop Dogg. Most slot machines in casinos are Freemason related, using the number 88 frequently, yeah. And you get the 777, which is the jackpot. They know how big the number 7 is. 777 is the jackpot in Vegas. Remember the roulette table? You combine the numbers, it gets you 666. It's from 0 to 36, 666 to 36. I never looked at a roulette table like that. Now I see it. So I put in the work. 41 likes, guys. My first ever video was about Kobe Bryant, who died at 41. That was my first ever video. I may watch it, guys, actually, to see my growth. I might actually go back and watch some of my early videos to see if I have grown, to see if I had the passion in my voice that I have now. Because I was new. I was just like, I didn't know shit at all then. I just saw the big 41s, and thanks to Zach Hubbard for that. to be honest. I think one of his most popular videos ever is one on Kobe. So thank you, Zach, for that. Whoever you are, however controlled you are, maybe you was organic and now you're controlled. I don't know any of that, but thank you. So without you, I would not be on this journey. So you were meant to be in my life at some point to spread this knowledge, whether you're controlled or not. So cheers for that. I'm not going to hammer you too hard. Oh, Aaron Ramsey. I was missing why you were going on about Aaron Ramsey, because he's got Ram, the first 3 letters of his last name. It's so funny how many Dodge Rams I saw as well before the Super Bowl, the car Dodge Ram. I was like, is the universe just talking to me here? I think so. It talks to me a lot now. And I'm not crazy when I say the universe is talking to me. The more you sync up with it, the more you believe in it, the more it looks out for you, in my opinion. So I said the universe will always look after me. It's always going to look after me. And I'm not talking about karma. I had a good chat with my mate Barkley yesterday. He doesn't like the term karma, especially when people do good things to other people in hope of good things happening to them. That's not how it should work. You should do good things because you want to do good things, because you care about people. Then the universe likely will look after you. But I don't think it's like, you buy me a drink, I'll buy you one. That's not how it is. If you're being nice just to gain, to get something out of it, you're not doing it for the right reasons, are you? You're doing it for personal gain, even if you are being nice to somebody. Oh, God, my throat. Kobe Miles. Is Kobe Miles? Yes, mate. One of my most popular videos is about that, because I backed it up with everything imaginable that Kobe Bryant's Miles Garrett. A really good video. So please check it out if you have time. A hue of a man, artificial persons, or human beings in contractual state of corporate being, acting in world federal commerce. Brilliant. There's a guy I know called, what's his name? John or Bernard. Very passionate guy. I was going back and forth with him yesterday because I think he's a bit too passionate. He calls everybody out to be controlled. Like practically everyone out to be controlled. But he's really passionate, and he knows all about like your birth certificate and how you basically become a slave as soon as you're born. And he does amazing stuff. He's on Twitter. Let me find out his Twitter name. He's a bit too intense, but he's a good guy. His heart's in the right place. Where is it? What's his name? I don't know. Come on. I can't find his name. I'll try to find it later. It's Bernard. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of people on Twitter following me now, which is I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. It's just more work for me, but it's good to share this knowledge. Proud of the Rams. Okay, maybe you're from Los Angeles. Karma is real, 100%. I believe that there is, because I believe that the Masons put out the truth because they believe it protects them from bad karma, and that's universally accepted. But I'm saying just be really careful doing good things for the people because you want rewards from it, which a lot of people are guilty of that. And you can disagree with me, but I think that's pretty legit. His name is Bernard John, if you want to check him out. And if anybody else here has a YouTube channel, a Twitter page, whatever that Telegram thing is, which I'm not a part of, a Patreon, just put it in the chat. Okay? If you think you do good work. There's mercy and then there's judgment. That's beautifully put. Human is a legal term that replaced the term serf. I don't know that. I like to learn this stuff. What is this channel about, Jaime? What is this channel about? Channel mainly focuses on gematria, which is Jewish mysticism, where all letters and numbers are connected. And what I do is I decode past events, future events, present events using this code. And I basically put together undeniable patterns and durations and numbers to show people how it's all connected, how politics, professional sports, world wars, deaths, economic crashes, natural disasters, they're all connected, and they're all connected by a code. I also try and inspire people. I spread positive energy. I try and teach people to be creative, to be open-minded, to be critical thinkers. My channel is about a lot of things, but my name, The Illusion, is I believe society is an illusion, and it's a social construct that we've accepted, and it's not actually real. Although it is real, but it's not technically. Because what is reality? It's just something we've accepted universally. And when something's universally accepted, it becomes real. But is it real? Is it real? I don't know. So yeah, if you really want to know what my channel is, all I can say to you is watch my videos. Come to my Patreon if you're interested, but watch my videos and you can decide what my channel is. Some people think my channel is a load of bullshit. I'm just talking shit every day, throwing numbers out there, and that's what they think. That's what's real to them. Other people think I'm a genius, when in reality, we're all geniuses. We were all born geniuses. It's to do with the genome. We're all geniuses. We were all born geniuses, and then from birth and from like a young age, we get indoctrinated. Education is indoctrination that destroys imagination. Yes, there's great teachers out there. Yes, there's some really good schools. Yes, there's teachers that inspire. I am one of them. I was one of them when I was a teacher at the school. But in general, the education system crushes your imagination. And will I ever go back to school? It may happen. Probably if I don't have any other option. Or maybe the education system changes. I'm not going to say I'll never go back to teaching. But I left it, and it was one of the hardest decisions that I've ever made. Said this multiple times. I was in an incredible school with incredible students, incredible teachers, incredible facilities. It ticked so many boxes. I was happy. It didn't feel like work most of the time because I was just there inspiring and socializing with people. And then I wasn't going to wear a mask, and I wasn't going to teach people the bullshit that I was told that I had to teach. I wasn't going to do it. And that's the reality. And my kids know that. They know. At the beginning, guys, the rumor went around that Mr. Adam was fired because he does gematria and he's controversial. They said I was fired. They all know now that the school did not fire me. I have a great relationship with the school. I'm going to visit the kids again this week. They actually offered me to go back and work there for more money. But I said no. It's nothing against the actual school. All right. Shout out to Amplified Truth. Whoever Amplified Truth is, shout out. Okay? Shout out to you. Oh, wow, that's cool. I like that you are present day Nostradamus. I'm not a present day Nostradamus at all. I keep telling people this. I'm a normal guy who's always been pretty intelligent. But now I've been chosen, in my opinion, to do this, to share this knowledge, to present this knowledge. And I believe I'm intelligent, but nowhere near the level I want to be. Nowhere near the level that I want to be. People are comfortable in this world being comfortable. They're just comfortable being comfortable. I don't. I want to challenge myself. People are so afraid and scared of challenges. They run away from them. I run into them. Let's go. The bigger the challenge, the better for me. I love that. And people are scared of challenges. The Illusion, feel free to MOD me if you'd like. I'm happy to participate. Okay, cheers, Mike Gematria. What a man said about the about coronavirus, I agree with. If you read the chat, I'm not going to say it because I've had 2 videos taken down on YouTube for talking about this, and I barely even talked about it. But does it exist? It's up to you to decide. I would agree with you. So any thoughts on the metaverse idea and what it holds for our future and society as a whole? I think the world will be divided between those who want to live in the organic, well, semi-organic world that we're living in now and the metaverse. A lot of people hate this world so much that they want to escape it. So they will go to the metaverse. I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe people will be walking around in stupid glasses, VR glasses or whatever they're called, and they're actually in the metaverse. And I don't know, maybe they're like, okay, if you sign up for the metaverse, guys, these glasses will be forever attached to you and there's no removing them. So what do you want to do? Most people will probably put those glasses on like most people took this because they do whatever the mainstream tell them to do or whatever the mainstream promote at the time. I just want to remain organic for as long as I can. And it is very hard to be organic in an inorganic world. like it's very hard to find truth in a world full of lies. You've got to find the truth within you, not in a library which has lie in it, or believe in the media. The word believe has lie in the middle of it, which is from Zach Hubbard. I'm not going to take that one. But it's legit. You've got to find the truth from within. Stop with your bullshit proof and evidence as well. I know a lot of people truly believe in science, but scientists also lie, guys. Scientists are corrupt. But yes, there's a lot of science that's undeniable. Super Bowl 23 ending, yeah, it was similar to it because the Rams just became 2-3 in Super Bowls and got 23 points, and their last Super Bowl appearance was on 2-3. Again, there's a reason why Michael Jordan wore that number. The guy who inducted Kobe to the Hall of Fame and the guy who gave a speech when he died at the Staples Center wears the number 23 jersey. The guy who's 6-6 in NBA Finals with the Chicago Bulls, and Bulls gets you 66, and they were founded in 66, like the Church of Satan was, and the Bull is a beast. Dennis Rodman, one of the first athletes to promote wearing jewelry and makeup and dyeing his hair stupid colors, wearing dresses, one of the first puppets in the NBA. Now you've got the likes of Russell Westbrook doing it. See some of the outfits these NFL players were wearing before. It's just to feminize males. That's all it is. They don't want men to be men anymore, guys, because it's easier to take advantage of weak men. Men are supposed to protect women. No, you can't say that. That's so sexist. No, it's not. I think we're supposed to protect women. Yes, we're supposed to love each other and respect each other and have appreciation for each other. And to an extent, there should be a lot of equality in how we behave and how we act and how we treat people. But people also have to be very aware that men and women are extremely different. Emotionally, physically. Although they're trying to make women look like men as well now. I've discussed this. I don't like it. To be honest, when I see these women looking like Hulk Hogan, I don't like it. It's really just making women like men, men like women, because all these A-listers are inverted. The people you think are men were born women. The people that you think are women were born men at the highest level. That includes all politicians, all A-list celebrities, all top athletes, whether you like it or not. You can't comprehend it, can you? Oh, but I knew this kid at school. He's definitely a man. Do you know that? Did you see him naked or her naked? Don't be fooled by appearance, guys. Don't be fooled by a nice smile. All this shit on the outside is just part of the show. When you get to the level I'm at, you look somebody in their eyes, because their eyes don't lie. You feel it. You feel people's energy. You feel it. It's like a superpower I have now. I can feel people if they're real or not. And you only get that when you really just take away all this crap. You'd be amazed at what I've given up. The house that I've given up, ocean view, swimming pool, all the fancy. I gave it all up. And now I'm basically living in an apartment, which is not great. I could do way better. But in this apartment where I'm at, I have peace. I have peace. And all the other stuff I had, you think you've achieved it, don't you? Got the beautiful house, you got the beautiful wife, you got the beautiful cars, you got the good job. But what is it really? What is all of that? And when you achieve it, sometimes the worst thing you can do in life is achieve your dream. The journey, guys, is more important than the destination. So I acquired all of this stuff. This was before I was the illusion, which is organic, by the way, if you know my story. And now I don't have a lot when it comes to materialism. I could have it. I have the money to get it, but I don't want it anymore. That is growth to me. And then people say, well, you're wearing a nice watch. So if you didn't care, why don't you just give somebody? No, stop. I bought this watch before I had this awakening. I will never buy a $500 watch again. It's idiotic, in my opinion. People spending $500 on a pair of Jordans idiotic, in my opinion now. Sad. I don't like kids nowadays all have to get a trophy. Yeah, you should earn your trophy. You should earn your medal. You should earn respect. It should not just be given to you. These people, like, I'd be embarrassed. Like, I am a winner. I'm competitive. I remember when I got in finals. I got in finals of major tournaments when I was playing. I threw my trophy in the bin, runners-up ones. Sometimes I won't even take it. I'm not being big time. Like, I didn't want it. So do you think I'm going to pick up a medal for my team finishing 8th and take it home? It's embarrassing. So yeah, these participation awards again. So people don't strive. They're like, they don't want to be the best a lot of the time. And I know doing that, you're creating competition and ego. There's got to be a balance with that. You need to have ego. You need to want to strive to get better and get to the highest level. But you can do that without necessarily competing with your fellow man. Compete with yourself. So yeah, I get what you're saying about people getting participation awards. It's embarrassing. Kids failing at the end of the year at education, and then they just have to attend like 3 days summer class and they pass. So the whole year they've done nothing, but they still pass because they come in for 3 days and the teacher does the work for them practically in a lot of schools. That's not right. That doesn't help the kid grow at all. Everything's about ticking boxes. They want everybody to be treated the same way. No, if you finish last in the tournament, you don't deserve anything. What you deserve is the lesson out of it and go get better. Go get better. Getting your bitch ass medal trophy for coming bottom. No. Maybe the sport's not right for you. Or maybe you just need to work harder. Real love comes within. Yes. We need to start judging people from their spirit, not what they own on the outside. Because a lot of the people who own all of these materialistic things are unhappy. They're miserable. They have the 9-bedroom house, living in there alone. They have the 12-bedroom house, but they're working every day of the year and they're never with the family. What's the point? For me, I just want a place where I can go and live in peace. I would love to live in the middle of nowhere. And I do like being around people as well, but I'd love to live in the middle of nowhere. I won't be like people coming up to, Adam, why did you give up all that and now you're living in that? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why are you judging me for that, about where I'm living? Can you not see the physical, emotional, spiritual growth that I've gone through since I gave up all the stuff that I had? You don't see that, do you? You just see that I don't have the fancy car anymore. I don't have the beautiful big house. I don't need that shit, mate. And neither do you. But if you want it, that's your journey. But when you get it, see how much you actually care for it. Because in this world, guys, when you achieve what you want, you strive for more. And you can say that's a positive thing. But are you ever going to be completely happy? You make $1 million, then you want to make 2. You make 2, you want to make 5. You're always competing with somebody else. And are you ever going to truly find peace living that way? I don't think so. I don't think you will. Teach love, service to others, not the love of money. Thank you. Money's not evil. Obsessing over it is. Money's not evil. Money is just printed paper or just a number on your online banking. It's not evil. The obsession with money is, and what people are willing to do for money is evil, if you want to use the term evil. I don't really like that word, but we all know what it means. Unethical, whatever you want to say. Evil, I'm not sure. He's not just helping us out with the truth. He really, I am here to help people, mate. And again, the truth is your own. What I'm telling you, there's some things that are undeniable, where it's like, okay, he's speaking truth here, because you can't deny with this date duration he's just presented. But the truth you've got to find from within. If you believe in God, if you believe in this, that's your truth. And stick to it. And my mate Nathan, who I love to bits, is an incredible person from England, and I've known him since I was a little kid. He said we're all sheep. We all follow something. Everybody follows something in this world, and you have to decide what you're following. You have to decide. We all follow something. Follow the quest of truth, follow money, follow whatever it may be. We all are following a path. We all technically sheep. But you have to decide who your shepherd is. Who's your shepherd? Mine's the truth. Mine's being real. Mine's caring for people. Mine's growing. And all the other stuff in between within this reality that we're living in, I just do my best in it. I don't take it too serious, like the Joker said. Why so serious? I don't take really anything too serious, but I'm still passionate about things, if you get what I'm saying. Has anyone ever actually seen sports that hand out participation rewards to everyone, including losers? Yes. Yes, I have, especially in the US. I coached in the US for, 7 years. I coached at a club where they get awards or they get certificates. Yeah. I've coached, teached spelling bees, guys. Spelling, again, has the word spell in it. I would host them. All right, guys, spell the word, I don't know, sophisticated. Okay, Mr. Adam, sophisticated. S-O. Wait, is it P-H or F? Blah, blah, blah. And then somebody wins. I know it's P-H, by the way. I'm just impersonating a kid. And they all get a certificate at the end of it for participating. When for me, it should just be the winner. You could argue top 3. That's what you get in like Olympics and stuff. You could argue maybe top 3. But not every kid should get one for participating. And I know there might be parents watching this thinking I'm a jerk, but I'm not. Speaking what I believe is real truth. Judging someone by how they look makes you miss out on the fantastic... Yeah. We've all probably been guilty of that. Judging somebody by their appearance and not giving them a chance. Again, we judge all these homeless people. You don't know their story. You don't know how they got there. You don't know if they had a mental breakdown. You don't know if their wife died in a car accident. You don't know if they just... I don't know. Somebody might have drugged them and then they got addicted to drugs. You don't know their story. And I've sat down with some homeless people. I'll never forget the day I went for a run. Early morning, I went for a run and there was 2, I don't know, they looked homeless and they were drinking beer at like 8 a.m. I sat down and talked to them. They offered me a beer. I've said this before. They had 3 beers. They're homeless. They clearly didn't have any money. They had 3 beers between them and they offered this white guy. I'm going to say white guy because unfortunately that's the world we live in. They saw this gringo. They think I'm a gringo, an American, when I'm not. And they offered me a beer because I sat down and talked with them. I made them smile. I spoke to them in Spanish. I give them a chance. And they offered me a beer. I said, no, enjoy it, guys. You take it. I'm going to keep running. I would say years ago, I would have walked past those people, ran past those people and judged them. Who are these scumbag losers drinking 8 a.m.? They shouldn't be there. They're making this place look like a shithole. No, they had positive energy. They were just having fun and they were interacting. Was they drinking a beer? Yes. Does that make them a bad person because they stunk? The smell wasn't great, guys. I'm not good with bad smells. It makes my eyes water and I get angry. But at that time, it just felt like sitting down with these guys. The people keep talking about Aaron Ramsey. That keeps coming up in the chat. Have you noticed when he scored, a celebrity would always die on the same day? You can read about that. Aaron Ramsey scores and a celebrity dies. Again, it's not just a wild coincidence. It's probably part of his story. Okay, Aaron, you're a pretty mediocre footballer, but we're going to give you this, this, and this. But just know every time you score, you're going to be partly responsible for the death of someone. Okay, I'll take it if I get to score in an FA Cup final, which he did a few times. I believe the betting lines are rigged. The Bengals to score a point in the first quarter was 10 times in the last 2 minutes, similarly with football. Yeah, the betting lines are manipulated. Sometimes you can look at them and see a red flag and just go... Somebody said this in my community. Well done to you. You saw that they were pushing Odell Beckham yards. All the bookies were pushing him to get a certain amount of yards, so you stayed away and you got on him touchdown, like I told you to. You saw that. They will keep raving on about him going for the yards. Okay, he's not going to do it then. People just get taken in by it. Participation is emasculating men. Yeah, it's the same with women, though, at the same time. You've got to earn your reward. You've got to earn your promotion. Okay? Not just have it given to you because your dad's the boss, or you had sex with the boss, or you're beautiful, or whatever. You should earn it. Otherwise, you're not going to feel that. Like, it's nothing better than earning something. Earning it. Like that feeling you get after a workout at the gym that you did, nobody else did. You put the work in. You deserve that feeling of feeling good and walking out and feeling good about yourself. Putting steroids in your body is a different thing. You shouldn't feel good about the way your body looks if you're not doing it organically. My brother is in a wheelchair. I've seen people stop in the tracks when they see him, although he's a bit of a prick sometimes. He's incredibly smart and funny. See, I love this with Lady Hawk. We live in a world now where you can't judge anybody. People say, you can't call a person in a wheelchair a prick. Yeah, you can. A person in a wheelchair can still be a prick, okay? Accept that. Don't be like, oh, he's in a wheelchair, he can't be a prick. Yeah, but he's a funny guy, he's a cool guy. And again, when people are in wheelchairs, you don't necessarily have to feel sorry for them. I've met many people in wheelchairs who are the most confident, funny people ever. They got tested in this world and they came through with flying colors. When you go through a challenge, you can go one of two ways. You can cry and bitch about it, or you can just overcome adversity and allow it to be a major part in your life that makes you a better person. Reaction. We can't control what happens to us all the time. We can control how we react. Well, according to Decoding Reality, who's a massive shill, mate, you can, because your reality is already being written for you. You're just fulfilling your script in the world. Bullshit. Fear-mongering makes you feel useless, makes you feel like you have no control. What's the point in living? La-di-da-di-da. That's what he's doing. Don't watch that guy's channel. Did you see? And I'm not competing with him. I'm not competing with anybody. My channel's small. I'm not competing. I'm not trying to knock him down or bash him. But come on. Let's not act like we don't have any say in what we do and how we feel. That's very satanic. Did you see Dr. Dre throwing up the devil horns? I didn't watch it. I went to the top of a rooftop at my friend's house and checked out the sky. And I remember drinking my water. I had water because I was actually hungover from the night before. I don't usually go out. I said I went out till like 6. I think I got home at a ridiculous time. But I was with my mate who's now in Guadalajara. It was a fun time. I didn't watch the Super Bowl halftime show. I watched the first 2 minutes. I saw Dre. Da-ga-da-ga-da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G. It looks like such a weasel. Dr. Dre just looked like he belonged in a nursing home. Mary J. Blige was trying to look all sexy. She looked like she looked horrific. What she was wearing. Screw the halftime show. And when they tell you they said it was $7 million for a commercial, it's just a lie. It's just a lie. People who run those commercials own the franchises, the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. It's just, they almost tell you the more money something is, the more people get attached to it. Oh, I've got to watch the Super Bowl halftime show. Did you hear the commercials? They're going to be 7 million this year. They must be amazing. Are they amazing? Are they really that amazing, these commercials? So what is it? The women stay and they watch the halftime show. The men watch the game. It's the same shit. And when I was watching the game with the boys, they kind of watching it. I wasn't glued to staring at the screen. I was kind of listening to it. I was doing other things, speaking to people. And they all said when Odell Beckham got injured, oh my God, that's it. The Rams are done. And I was just smiling. Like, what are you smiling at? I was like, the Rams are not done. But this, I was like, the Rams are not done. And by the way, the Rams coach, basically when he's leading at halftime, he practically never loses. That's another stat that you can learn. I think he may have only lost once in his career when he's leading at halftime. Some weird ass stat that you've got to keep an eye on. Mohammed, thank you for liking this channel. I appreciate it. I just try and do my best. I need to post some stuff on Patreon today. I'm coaching and teaching later. This live needed to be done. And again, not for me to show the world. I said the Rams and everyone said the Bengals. No, I'm showing you how rigged it all is. That's what I want to do. And I don't want you watching these sports anymore, guys. I don't. But it's your decision. It's your decision if you keep watching them. What else we got? Mike Gematria, I'm saddened to hear that one of my best friends rides. She's still a rookie. I always look. Yeah, it's so weird you say this about bikes. My mate Farley, we were at Happy Ending, and it's not the happy ending you think. It's a bar called Happy Ending where you can play beer pong. People always laugh if you know what a happy ending is. And he went out to make a phone call. He saw these two guys that he saw the first time he came to Cabo. And he was like, I can't remember the guy's name. I'll make one up. Where's Josh? Josh died a few months ago in a scooter accident. Svali nearly were crying, and he only met him once. Said he was an amazing guy. Died at 19 years old on a scooter. And it's funny, we said that the day before. He said, Adam, you should get a scooter. It's a great way of getting around Cabo. I said, I'll never go on a scooter. You should see how many people die on them and how many accidents there are. So I don't drink shots. I really didn't want to drink shots, but he said, please take a shot for this guy. So I did. Yeah, so that's weird that you mentioned people dying in motorbike accidents. And the other day, we found out a kid died in a scooter accident. 102 in the chat, 63 likes. Wow, 2016 is the 63rd try, and the score was 2016. That's when Kobe retired. That's when the St. Louis Rams went to Los Angeles. There's something else. That's when Leicester won the Premier League. What else happened in 2016? There was something massive that I'm missing. I'm missing something really big. 100 people in the live, 63 likes, 163, the 38th prime. Brady last won the Super Bowl the 38th day of 2021. It's funny how Lucifer gets you 38 and 43, like he won it at 43. I saw something in the game as well. You know, when the final 2 minutes of it, they had 155 on the clock, if you noticed it. And Brady and the Bucks won the Super Bowl last year, and they finished 15-5, 155. The Chiefs were 14-2 going into it. And, maybe they finished 14-2. Coronavirus is 142 and 155. It's just, I'm done how they mocking us, how they fulfilling their rituals through the sports. Imagine we stop watching them. Imagine I haven't watched TV other than a sports game. I haven't watched it. People think I'm insane. There's no TV in my apartment. People think I'm insane for that as well. Imagine we stopped watching the mainstream, how much better this world would be. Would we even know about the deadly you-know-what without the mainstream? Would we even know it existed? I don't think we would. I don't think we'd be aware of it in the slightest. The other day I saw people, 2016 LeBron 3-1 comeback. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, and that was with Cleveland, who have the 216 dialing code, and he did it in 2016. LeBron comes back from 3-1. Again, that 3-1, the 11th prime. Mason Greenwood gets accused of rape. The guy whose recent birthday was exactly 11 weeks before the Pope's, and Pope in gematria gets you 11. And how amazing is this, which I've said in multiple lives, I connected the 31 with the Super Bowl massively, undeniably, and I was born on my dad's 31st birthday, so we share the same birthday. And that's the 11th prime, my favorite number, my football number. I'll keep saying that because it always brings me joy. I didn't know what the freaking 31st prime was 2 years ago. I didn't give a shit what the 31st prime was. Why does that matter? Now I realize how beautiful these numbers are. And I want other people to realize how beautiful they are. They're being infiltrated. So don't fall for the trap that certain number's evil. No, it's probably the purest number that they've infiltrated. Okay. What else? Real Madrid won their first of 3 Champions Leagues. Yeah, they won 3 in a row, didn't they, with Zidane, who's a Jesuit from France. That's where Society of Jesus were founded. How is Michael Antonio a footballer? You know, I've got a story about Michael Antonio. He's cousins with Ricky Whittle, who's a Hollywood actor who was in Hollyoaks. A lot of Holly there. And I played football with him for Hollywood. Ricky Whittle, great guy, to be honest. Great guy, really good-looking guy. He's got like a 10-pack. If you don't know who Ricky Whittle is, Google him. He's actually a good guy. He's cousins with Michael Antonio, who plays in the Premier League. So I'm starting to think, Ricky, no offense to you, you're a good guy, and you was a really genuine guy, or at least I felt you were. It's pretty obvious now that you come from a Masonic family, mate. in my opinion. If you're a Hollywood actor and your cousin's playing in the Premier League, it's kind of obvious. I think your sister's obvious a singer as well. It's so obvious now. So does it make you a bad or evil person? Maybe not, but I do question you now, mate. My head coach was Vinnie Jones, who played in the Premier League, who was a Hollywood actor at high level. He was my coach, guys. I think that these people were meant to have been in my life from my journey to get me to where I am now. And again, when I was playing for Hollywood, when I was living in LA, I had no knowledge of gematria. I didn't think professional sports were rigged. I just thought Vinny was a passionate guy, half decent football. I didn't think he was good. If like trained with him a few times, and back in the day, I watched his videos. He's not a great footballer, but he's aggressive. And I thought he's an okay actor. He fulfilled his role pretty well as the nutter, the crazy guy. But again, now Vinny, if I ever see you again, mate, I will have a drink with you. But you got to Hollywood and you played in the Premier League. Like, what have you done? What Masonic line are you from? It's pretty obvious at this point. He's got a FA Cup tattoo on his leg as well when Wimbledon beat Liverpool, I think, which shocked the world. Well, we know it was rigged now, don't we? It's not about ability. Just so you know this, these outcomes has nothing to do with ability. Rams didn't win yesterday because Stafford played better than Burrow organically. It's nothing to do with ability. If they wanted my grandma to throw a touchdown, she probably could, whatever it is that they're doing. Drink spring water with 2 drops of liquid Rodan. Good for you. Thank you. People talking about iodine removes the heavy metals from your body. Good. We can't talk about too many good things, guys. I had a video taken down because I was promoting natural remedies. I got a video. I've literally got the photo from YouTube that said I was promoting natural remedies, so they removed my video. I was talking about sunlight and stuff like that. And water. How insane is that? How far do you think you would go in football if you're not a Mason? Semi-professional. Maybe League 1, League 2. Where you're getting paid peanuts. Well, it's not peanuts. £500, £600, that type of level, which you could get a regular job paying you that. Top Premier League international players, you're not getting anywhere near it. Do you not question how Jamie Vardy went from the 8th tier to being the Golden Boot winner in the Premier League and playing for his nation, England? Do you not question that? That they can do whatever they want with anybody. He's a Mason. I think his role was intentionally to get released at 16 by Stalybridge. And, no, by Sheffield Wednesday, sorry. Sheffield, very Masonic city. It's where Chris Wilder's from. The Middlesbrough head coach who just beat Man United in the FA Cup final. And they took a guy like Vardy and took him to the top. They can do whatever they want. If you have any half-decent ability like Vardy, they can take you to the top if you're willing to fulfill your role. But I think what they did with Vardy was by intention to make you feel like if you are semi-pro, you do have a chance to make it to the top, when in reality you don't unless you're one of them. However good you are. I was a phenomenal player and I still am. I'm not going to say I had a career. Played at some decent teams. Was pretty much always the best player. But there was a limit for me. And it's sad. Guys, even a lot of the semi-pro coaches, though, to be fair, a lot of the top semi-pro coaches were ex-players. So I even think maybe some of these semi-pro clubs are run by Masons. But it's probably not as rigged. But, okay, if you're semi-pro, right, and you're a high-ranked Mason, they'll just make sure you have a massive budget. You'll have a huge budget so you can buy the top players and then you'll get promoted. Look what they did with the Salford City. I played against Salford City 3 times. And now I don't know what league they're in. Are they in League 1, League 2? Because Neville bought them and Giggs bought them and Scholes bought them and Beckham bought them. The Masons who all came through together at the same time, Nicky Butt. People think it's a magical story. So look what they did with Salford. Literally like the year before they became big, I played against them for Wakefield and we beat them. And I remember the coach being an ex-player. I can't remember what his name was, but he played for Preston. And what was it? He was the captain of Preston, centre half. And then now look at Salford. So that's what it can do. Semi-pro clubs are run by Masons at the highest level. Sunday League is probably as organic as it gets. Horse shit footballers, you get a couple of good ones. Shit fields. The officials are actually honest. There's no money involved in it because you can actually bet on semi-professional. You can't bet on Sunday League. Sunday League's as real as it gets. College is as real as it gets in England, like university. In the US, college and university is rigged because there's a lot of money being placed on it. But yeah, Sunday League, playing in the park, five-a-side with your mates, that's real. That's organic. That's beautiful. Do that. Stop giving your energy to these frauds who are, a lot of them are mediocre footballers, athletes. Simple as that. Yeah, Anthony Fauci pitched a ball, didn't he? He couldn't even throw. Little bitch. Anthony Fauci is related to Mother Teresa. Watch my video about that. Same bloodline. Come on, man. Of course, it's money laundering after all. What isn't money laundering at the highest level? I think there's a lot of restaurants where I live. There's literally nobody ever goes to them and they still survive. I think it's money laundering. It's like, how can you be like here for like the last 5 years and nobody's ever in your restaurant? How are you making money? It's money laundering. I better not read that. What team did you coach? Multiple teams. I coached in Los Angeles. I coached in Chicago. I coach in Mexico now. I coach school teams in England. I've coached some very, very talented players. Now I have my own coaching company. It's called English Football Academy. You can follow me on Instagram. It's whatever. I literally have like 150 people following me. It's just new. It's called English Football Academy. I've just got my new footballs with my logo on. And I love to coach. But now I made a decision that when I'm coaching, I'm not going to coach a team anymore. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to do schools clinics. I'm going to make sure every person who participates in my classes loves it and gets better. No games on weekends, no parents bitching. Why is my son playing left defense when he's a striker? Because he's shit. That's why. You want me to be honest with you? Why is my kid on the bench? Because he's not good enough, because he doesn't train hard enough. That's how I would speak to parents now. I'd be so honest. So it's like, I want kids to come or adults to come. I'll make them better. I'll provide a service they'll love. They'll get fit. They'll improve technically. And that's what I want to do with coaching. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't need to win trophies anymore. I don't need to travel around Mexico like I was doing in national tournaments. I don't need any of that anymore. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I want to provide a service that people love. And it pays me money where I'm comfortable without being rich. That's what I do when it comes to coaching now. I had a big ego. I'd win trophies and then post it on Instagram thinking people actually give a shit. Who cares? Capitalism is the flow of money, most often money that's invisible. Yes, I agree. You called the OBJ touchdown. I did. Thank you. 58 days after his birthday. No, 58 days after the Pope's birthday. He gets his 58th touchdown and Pope Francis is 58. Yeah, I know how big that number 58 is. Freemason is 58. 5/8 is a big date, May the 8th or August the 5th. I think that's when Neil Armstrong was born, who blatantly didn't go to the moon. And I say this with 69 likes, and that happened in 69. It happened in 69. Bro called everything. I didn't call everything. I called a lot. I didn't get everything right. I actually thought the Rams would win, but I didn't think the Bengals would cover. I got that wrong. The Odell Beckham was right. The Rams winning was right. I think I said the Rams would be up at the half. That was right. But I didn't get everything right. No one's going to get everything right. I'm not claiming to get everything right. Nobody will. And I've been on this for a long time now. There's nobody in this community that's going to always be right. And you have to accept that. You have to accept that it's not just about calling a sports game. I will always reveal the numbers and people will say, well, that's easy. You can't do it. Doesn't that wind you up, guys? The people who say things are easy, but they can't do it. Well, it's so easy to decode that. Go on then, do it. And go live and talk about it and tell me how easy it is. Can you do it? No. So please stop telling me things are easy that you know nothing about. Like, don't move to Mexico. The cartel are going to get you. Mexico's terrible. Have you ever been? Have you ever visited it? Have you ever been kidnapped in Mexico? No. Then shut your mouth. Okay? Keep your mouth shut. So unless you've done something, experienced something, stop acting like you know what you're talking about, guys. Not you, but in general. People saying shit that they don't know anything about, that they've never experienced. Gematria is bullshit. No, it's not. You just don't know anything about it. It's not bullshit. By hating what they do actually feeds the energy. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Listen, it's all about energy, whether it's positive or negative. If you're hating on these people, if I'm going live and I'm hating on everything and this is bullshit and it's all rigged and I'm getting just so animated all the time, they're getting my energy. So I try and deliver my content in a casual, creative, calm, logical manner without getting too emotionally invested anymore. The reason I stopped gambling very recently, guys, was because I didn't want to give my energy. Now I can watch the show. There's a movie coming out called The Lake Show, which is about the Lakers, about Magic Johnson, who never had HIV. That was just a humiliation ritual. The Lake Show. The NBA is a show. They could, welcome to the Lake Show. It's a show. Just accept it's a show and you might actually enjoy it more. Just see it as a TV show. It's on the TV and it's a show. It's a TV show. Primetime games. Primetime. When you think of primetime, you think of like TV shows. You'll probably get more pleasure out of watching it. You won't exert as much energy. You won't be buying all the merchandise. You won't be going back and forth with your friends. Again, Chelsea fans messaged me yesterday. We're the World Club champions. Ha, ha, ha. I'm like, you think I give a shit? That you just won a big tournament? You think I care? Don't be like that, Adam. Be like what? Honest? I don't give a shit. I'm not responding to your little bullshit. And then no message afterwards. Another guy called Matt messaged me, who's a Middlesbrough fan, which is funny because they just knocked out Man United. And back in the day, he would have probably called me hammering me because his team knocked out Man United because I was a big fan. And let me read what he said. Got a lot of freaking messages this morning. Where is he? He said he doesn't have time to watch my 2-hour streams. He said that I said the Bengals were going to win. I didn't ever say the Bengals were going to win. I found code for them. I didn't say they were going to win. I've always said the Rams when I've gone live. So he said I said the Bengals would win. And he said, like, what's rappers got to do with the outcome? They don't know how they sync it all up. So a lot of the time now when people ask me these questions where they try and mock me, but they're actually asking me questions, I say, figure it out yourself now. You're going to bash me for as long as you have. I'm like, figure it out yourself. Why do you think that? And no, I didn't say the Bengals were going to win on a live. I never said that. Go back and watch my lives. I didn't say that. I said they have a great code to win. Probably the better code, probably the better riddle than the Rams, but the Rams are going to win. But people just, I don't know. I think that people hear what they want to hear at times. They hear what they want to hear, even though it's not actually been said. No, Lady Hawk, when you said, say they need more practice when parents ask, I've always said the right thing with that, but I don't want to play the game anymore. If they said, why is my kid not starting in this game? I would say, listen, your kid's not working hard enough. He's missed practice the last 2 classes and he's not as good as the other players yet. I would say he needs to work harder. He does need to attend more practices. He needs to put in more effort. I would say that, but back in the day, I would just be so nice about it. Or I'd be like, okay, I'll make sure he plays extra minutes today. I won't do that now. So if I ever do go coach a team again, you're going to earn it. Again, I'm not just going to give you, I hate that equal playing time. That's another thing with the participation awards. Every kid should play the same amount of time. No, they shouldn't. And not everybody should get paid the same amount of salary. Not everybody should lift the same amount of weight at the gym. Not everybody should eat the same food. But coach, everyone should have even playing time. No, they shouldn't. You earn your playing time. You earn your trophy. You earn your money. You earn respect. You earn the right to be respected. You earn the right to love, to be loved. All those things you got to earn. I don't like the word earn because that's where you put ashes, actually, which is very interesting. Put your ashes in an urn like Paul Bearer, the Undertaker. He'd always walk around with an urn. So yeah, we earn money to live. And then when we die, we put in an urn, supposedly. Prime time equals 54. Wasn't it the Bengals' 54th season as well? And all these 54 riddles. Don Shula with the perfect season, died on 5-4. Kobe Bean Bryant, 54. Gianna Bryant, 54. Jesuit Order, 54. 5 plus 4 gets you 9. All the number 9s in that Super Bowl was a joke. Haters are going to hate. Yep. People can hate on me. It's fine. I've told you. I write about it in my book, in my acknowledgement. I basically say thank you to everybody who's motivated me and ridiculed me because you've inspired me. Something like that. So I would say my biggest inspiration has come when I have been mocked, when I have been against the ropes. When I get all these compliments now, it really doesn't go to my head. It just makes me feel like, great, things are moving in the right direction. When people said I've saved their lives, changed their lives, that to me is more important than hitting a code or calling a team to win. How many people in the world will go to their grave or wherever we go and they can say that somebody said to them, you saved my life? How many people? I've had now 5 people tell me that, and hopefully it's going to be more. That is huge. You can't put a price on that. It's priceless. Why is Harry Maguire captain of Man United? Because he's a Freemasonic fat-headed prick. Awful footballer. I'm going to tell you how brainwashed I was, okay? I'll be very honest with you. When I was into United, which was very recently, die-hard fan, I convinced myself United paying 80 million for Maguire was a bargain. I was like, he's one of the best players in the league. He's amazing. I was so brainwashed. And all my friends were like, really? Guys, at one point, you're going to laugh so hard at this. And I'll be honest, what a foolish statement. You're going to laugh at this. I said that Harry Maguire was better than Van Dijk. And now I'm just pissing myself. I convinced myself Maguire was better than Van Dijk. Maguire can't run. Maguire can't pass. Maguire's got a shit touch. Yes, he's a leader. He's got a big mouth and a big freaking head. And yes, he can score a couple of headers. He's dog shit. He's horse shit. He shouldn't be close to be playing in the Premier League, let alone one of the best teams in the Premier League. And captaining them. And playing for his country. He's shit. Just like Harry Kane is shit. Just like a lot of the top players who play for England are actually shit. I always said Raheem Sterling was shit. I still think he's shit. Declan Rice. He's so incredible. What? Because he plays 5-yard passes and he can run? That makes him incredible. Mason Mount, overrated, guys. Jordan Pickford, horrific goalkeeper. There's better Sunday League goalkeepers. Definitely better semi-pro goalkeepers than Jordan Pickford. Rashford, painfully shit. Shit touch. No, next to no composure. Goes on runs where he doesn't score in like 15 games and he's a striker, which should never happen. It's just outrageous, man. That Phillips comes out of nowhere for Leeds, and then he's the best player for England in the Euros, and he was playing in the Championship the season before. They can do whatever they want with whoever they want. Do you remember when Nicky Butt got like the player of the tournament in the World Cup? Nicky Butt probably takes it up the butt, like all of these guys, in my opinion. Most of them are trash. Yeah. They look the part. We get fooled by their appearance. They've got the legs. They look the part. They're in shape. They have the nice wives. Like they look the part. They talk the part, a lot of them, but they're shit, a lot of them. I think the easiest position to hide somebody's flaws is defensive midfield. I've said it in about 100, well, not 100 lives. I've never done 100 lives. Put you in defensive midfield, win a few tackles, play a few passes, and have the commentator says he does the simple things well. Look at his stats, 98% pass completion, even though there's nobody putting pressure on him to play the 5-yard pass. Give him a few penalties. Let them be inspirational. Let them give good interviews. It's shit. Guys, I'm going to say this one more time. Harry Kane is shit. Harry Kane is awful, and I've said it for 4 or 5 years. He's shit. And he married his sister. Hey, Chigozy. Robbie Savage, horse shit. He's admitted it multiple times that he was shit. He said it. At least he's come out and said that he was pretty much a mediocre player that could just run, and he was pretty fortunate, and that he had a pretty decent set piece. At least Robbie Savage came out there and said he was shit, that he wasn't that great, that he can't believe he had a career as long as he did in the top flight. He's actually said that. So respect to you, Savage, you long-haired prick, but respect for admitting you were shit. Takes some balls to do that. Racism is generational scar. Yes, it is. And again, people will say, you're telling me racism doesn't exist? There's people who are not racist. There are people who are racist, but in general, there's not many people who are. And again, racism has been forced down our throat, and it's probably wired people to be racist by intention. Racism and talking about racism only promotes divide, which is their whole thing. Divide, order out of chaos, all of that. We need to see through it. Not just look at a person's skin. Okay? They want us to just look at a person's skin, a person's appearance, a person's, I don't know, watch, sunglasses. They want you to look at all of that. Look beyond that. Look beyond the color of somebody's skin. But yes, racist people exist. But they can intentionally have 3 black English players miss the penalties in the biggest final that they've had since 1966, and then get people being racist, and then have bots leave racist comments on their platforms when these players know that they're going to be in for racism because they don't really care. I don't think they care. I think deep down they know that the color of the skin doesn't mean anything. They know that, so it doesn't offend them when they actually figure out how this world works. Yeah, and we had Kurt Zuma kicking the cat, which never happened. Black shaming ritual. That made me feel like the Cats were going to lose, the Bengals. They'll give you clues. Do they not give you clues, guys? How they sync it all up? They put it out there for you, but they'll give you clues to fool you as well, like the Simpsons episode. Again, there was no way they were going to let the Bengals win with that. There just wasn't. Kane hasn't won nothing. No, he hasn't. Well, he won the Golden Boot. He got a personal achievement. He got the Golden Boot in the World Cup. 6 goals when I think he's got 4 penalties. Again, what do you do with a striker who's shit? Just give him penalties. They give Kane loads of penalties. They give Vardy loads of penalties. They give Bruno Fernandes, I know he's not a striker, a lot of penalties. Ronaldo's had so many penalties. I'm not saying he's shit, but he's probably scored more penalties than most people have ever scored goals in their career. Ronaldo, who's suddenly become dog shit. And now he's linked with Paris. If they have Ronaldo link up with Messi and they retire together, I'll just cry. I'll cry in laughter. Messi, Ronaldo lift the Champions League together at the age of 77. Oh, wow. They're just amazing athletes. They're such amazing athletes. If they have Messi and Ronaldo team up at Paris, guys, the home of the Jesuits, I don't need to use gematria anymore. I told you what Messi was signing for PSG a year before he did. I told you Ronaldo would make his second debut for United on 11-9 and get his 119th goal weeks before it happened. Through this knowledge, not because I'm a guru or a genius, although we're all geniuses, like I said. It's because I just see what they do. I see the patterns and I reveal them as well as anybody. So yeah, Kane's horse shit. I don't need to talk about Harry Kane. All colours are beautiful, yes. Have you seen Romain Molina's info he released on football? No, but what did he say? It was corrupt. It's the cartel, which it is. Vegas is the cartel. Again, I wish people didn't bet, but I get why they do. I think our community would be a different level if sports betting didn't exist. I think we'd be at a different level. And I think a lot more people would appreciate the knowledge if there was no money involved in it, like in regards to gambling. Could be wrong. I'm going to do a little bit longer. It's 2:18. I'm going to eat something. I don't know what I'm going to eat. I'm going to send a few emails. I've got to actually post some content on Patreon. I usually post so much. Oh, by the way, I told you this actually. Joe Burrow threw for 263 yards, 56 prime. Like, my goodness me. Goodness gracious me. So anyway, I just wanted to discuss the Rams, why they won, why the Super Bowl's rigged, why it's corrupt, why you shouldn't give your energy to it anymore. Super Bowl, the superb owl, the owl full of wisdom. There's a secret society called the Owl Society, which you can look into. Owl reminds me of Orwellian, like 1984 book. Again, please watch my 1984 code. One of my favorites I've done. Somebody said stop following Zach Hubbard. That's completely up to you. That's up to you. You'll feel it. When you get stronger with your energy, you'll feel his negative energy and you'll leave him organically. You don't have to stop following him. If you like his work, you don't have to stop following him. I have. I said I was a Patreon of his. I loved his lives at the beginning. I've stopped now. I don't want to give him my energy. But Zach is Zach. Let him do whatever he does. But I don't like the guy. Do you have any other story on other footballer? What people that I've known? I've had friends who've played professional level, never got to the Premier League, but Championship level and League One. They're adamant it's all organic. But they got very, very angry when I did bring it up. Very angry. I don't know if that's because what I'm saying is true or because they feel like you can't make these accusations. Going to tell me my career was a big hoax? I better not say that word, actually. I don't like that word. Dude is a complete buzzkill. I agree with that. For me, some people might like his energy. He's occasionally funny, Zach. He can be funny. He can be witty. But I'd much rather listen to someone like Chigozie, somebody like myself. I don't know, just organic people. I recently did a podcast, which I think is going on Apple Podcasts. I don't know how this all works. I'm shit with technology. I don't know when it's going to be posted. There's a guy called Rambo, and it's not the Rambo who's connected with Zach, who is a really good guy. I've been back and forth with him. We decoded Leicester to win the FA Cup together, which they did. That finished 1-0, didn't it? Tillemans after 63 minutes, 2016, the 63rd try. That's when Leicester won the Premier League. What am I doing here? Yeah. So I did a podcast just talking about who I am in gematria and why it's important with a guy called Rambo and a girl called Human Vibration. So you can have a listen to it. But I think if you follow my channel and you know my work, I'm saying the same stuff I often say, what I'm saying now. But there might be something in it you find interesting. And for all of you out there who share my work, who are inspired by me, thank you. Thank you so much, all right? It's crazy to me that I am inspiring so many people, even though, well, it's not many, is it? A few thousand? That's a lot. Again, how many people can go to the grave and say they've inspired thousands of people? So I'm going to keep doing it for as long as I can. Try and look after myself a little bit better, because if you look after yourself, it's like the more you look after yourself, I feel like the more people look after you as well, the more they respect you when you look after yourself. When you don't look after yourself, people don't really look after you or they don't respect you. So sometimes I have to, again, my mate Farley, he cares about me. He actually got a bit aggressive with me in a bar. He said, you need to stop giving so much energy to everybody else. You need to stop thinking about everybody else. You need to find out who Adam is, because right now you're just the illusion. And I'm like, I don't know about if I'm just the illusion. I find time for Adam, but it is hard, like now becoming two people, really. I am Adam and the illusion, and it's pretty wild. It is kind of like being an actor without being an actor, because there's nothing fake about it, but it's like I'm two different people. He said, think about Adam a little bit more. He said, your phone's always going off. You're always responding to people. You're always taking phone calls. You're always going live. Like, he said, take a break. You need a break. And I was like, but what about my Patreon? What about YouTube? What about getting this information out? He said, you're going to burn out like a candle. So maybe I do need a day soon, just a day off from coaching, from teaching, from creating content, from Patreon, from decode. Just one day, maybe two. I feel really wrong even thinking about it, because people are paying me money to support me, and it's not right for me not to post anything. But maybe I do need to start taking people's advice. I don't sleep, do I? That can't be good for me. Can't be good for me. Words and actions have a ripple effect. Yeah. Smile at somebody, they smile back. It's beautiful. Compliment them, smile back. Be negative to them, they're negative back to you. Yeah, words and actions. Actions speak louder than words for sure. Intention is one thing, actions another. There's all these famous lines. Some of them I just create myself. Recharge. I think so. I think I do, but when you have this burning passion within you, you do have to be careful, don't you? I do always talk about energy, and I say be careful who you give your energy to, but I'm giving my energy to the truth, to you guys. So I don't feel like it's negative, but it's dangerous to become consumed by something. So again, I'm finding a bit of balance, but I do probably need a break soon. But I don't know if I'm going to take it. I don't know if I'm going to take it. We'll see. Maybe if I get physically actually sick, but then I'm doing what I've accused other people of doing, is like actually not listening until it's too late. There's no point me resting when I'm sick. Prevention's cheaper than the cure. I remember a commercial called "Prevention's cheaper than the cure." So I'll look after myself. I'll jump in the shower after this. I'll eat. I'll maybe go get some sunlight, do a little bit of work, and maybe I'll treat myself to a nice dinner or something tonight. Something like that. I don't watch sports games anymore. I'll try and decode a game for the community today as well. The halftime show was cringe. I didn't watch it, and I won't watch it. But I did see what they were wearing, and it was embarrassing. It really was truly embarrassing. All right, I think we'll leave it on 78 because that's the year Kobe Bryant was born, and he was heavily connected to the LA Rams winning the Super Bowl. And there's 58 in the live. Kobe Bryant 58, and Odell Beckham gets his 58th touchdown. 58 days after the Pope's birthday. I think that's a nice way to end it. Thank you for everything, guys. Yeah, if my Patreons leave me, guys, they leave me. It used to hurt me. It used to crush me. I don't let that happen now. If somebody leaves my Patreon, I think it's because maybe they've lost a bit of money from a missed pick or something. And let them leave. I don't want them there anyway. And I think people told me my Patreon's going to grow because of who I am and because of how I inspire and how much I care. And people are going to support my work. That's what they said. People keep telling me, even if you didn't do sports, you'd have a following. You'd probably have a bigger following. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But thank you to all of you who do support me, who've been with me from the beginning, who've never doubted what I do, and have literally always helped me grow. So thanks to them. And thanks to anyone in the past. Sorry for rambling on. It's like I'm giving a freaking speech here. I want to thank Lucifer. That's what they say. Who said that? The guy who played Batman. Forgot his name. I really don't give a shit either what his name is. But the people who've always supported me, and the people who've been my Patreon, even for one day, you've checked me out, you've been curious to support my work. You might have left and not liked it. Thank you. All right. Even if you left me after a day, even if you left one comment, watched one video, cheers. All right. Thanks a lot. All right, I'm going to go get my act together now. And I'm going to go jump in the shower, guys. I've got other shit I need to do as well. But thank you. If you won on the Rams, congratulations. If you're growing spiritually, emotionally, physically, all that stuff, congratulations. Keep doing it. Keep inspiring. Find what I say all the time. Find what you love and do it as often as you can. And the things that you're amazing at, share them with other people. Inspire other people to become amazing as well. All right? Do all of that. That's things you can do. Do it today. Do it today. Go inspire somebody now. Think of how you can go help somebody right now. Go do something so nice right now for somebody and make them smile. Just go do it and see how that feels. Feel the energy, okay? Go do it right now after this live. Make a phone call. Tell your parents you love them. Do something, all right? That's beautiful. It's going to make somebody feel good. Go do it right now after this live, okay? I'm going because I'll end up talking for another 3 freaking hours. Take care. Much love. I'm going to let me down this water right now. It's a white touch, guys. Okay, take care. See you later. Speak to you soon.